Cool. All right. All right, everyone. This is Anil Shetty. Welcome to this amazing talk show. It's going to be one of the powerful talk shows. We are going to invite, the witness, basically. So this is Anil Shetty. We will allow 1 more minute. So there are 2 minutes to go. And then we'll be live with an amazing talk show. And I'm very, very excited to see all of you here. And we're eagerly waiting for this event. All right, it's already 51. Can we go to 100, 200, 300? So this event is live or is streaming on Facebook, and I've already, kind of sharing this with all of you on the chat box. You can share and you can do your watch party.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, 1 more minute to go. Yes. Thank you, Manisha, ma'am. All right, everyone, this is 5 o'clock. Thank you so much. This is Anil Shetty, and we're going to witness this amazing in the H2, the water pub in Kangen water talk show. So as the vision of Enagic company, as we all know, it's unify global. So, and that's with yes movement. So what is this yes manifestation? So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to share a video which talks about yes. And mind you, you are here in this event because you said yes to this event, right? So let's witness what this yes all about. And then we will go to the next step in the talk show. All right, so here we go. Yes moment.
As we go through life, we are faced with many challenges, some failures and some successes. When we follow the keys to get right back up, failure and success are intertwined. They need each other to exist. It's through their contrast that we choose every day to be better, to do more and have more in our life experience. Failures, in essence, drive us towards our successes. We need both failure and success to grow as human beings. We learn from our failures. We apply what we've learned, and that is when we grow. There's a single word that has the power to shift our vibration in 1 second, and that word is yes. We've all gathered here today because we want more out of our lives. More happiness, more success, more prosperity, more love, more unity, more health, and more balance. We all want to be in the flow of all good things. But with one big heartfelt yes, all of that changes. It changes the instant that you say it, and more importantly, when you feel it. Yes is a feeling, more than just a word. When you feel yes, then you will know the power of yes. Yes can take you instantly to where you want to be and where you want to go and towards what you want to have. Even if what you desire is not fully manifest, staying connected to that feeling of yes will make it so. I firmly believe in our power to change our daily experience. I believe that all of us can create the future of our dreams right now. Yes is universal. Yes is creation. Yes is God. And even if you don't believe in God, yes is within you. You are yes. When you were born, the universe said yes. And there you were. When you first talked, walked, and asserted yourself in this world, that was yes. When you first went to school, made a good grade, graduated, got your first job, or went to college to expand your knowledge, when you first fell in love, all of that was yes at work. When you chose to join the Magic family, you chose to change your life, and that was an astounding yes. True health is yes. Yes is a vote for you. It's an energetic shift. It begins the moment you start saying yes to life and to what comes to you, no matter what the situation or experience may be. Yes transforms everything. When you practice yes, it will broaden your horizons farther than you can ever imagine. Yes may not instantly lead you to your grandest success. You may even seemingly fail when you said yes. But if you keep saying yes, you will get back up. You will find your way and you will absolutely succeed. Yes will take you there. Believe in your yes. As we vibrate yes together, we magnify and multiply the creative life force within all of us. And without effort, it will spread to everyone we interact with. It's infectious. With the vibration and synergy of yes, we open ourselves to the abundant flow that is life. We align ourselves fully to the universal creative energy that surrounds and permeates us. Yes is creative. Yes is kind. Yes is loving. Yes is beautiful. Yes is expanding. Yes is abundant. Yes is receptive. And so are you. Yes is about being open to all of the possibilities and ultimately creating the life you've always wanted. Yes is about surrendering to what is, so you can receive the hidden gift in each life experience. Whether it be labeled good or bad, there's always a gift in each life experience. Seeing that gift and accepting that will help us grow and expand in the wildest ways. We open ourselves to miracles this way. These gifts will catapult you towards your life's purpose, guaranteed. The Yes Movement, or the Year of Yes, can help us shift and align our vibration and consciousness with the universal, all-powerful, free energy of yes. And this is extremely powerful. When we ask or pray for something, the answer is instantly and always a yes. Without fail, ask and ye shall receive. We simply need to stay aligned with what we want, and it will manifest. Yes is always there to support us and always available to us. Yes lives within all of us and thrives when we make the unconscious conscious. Yes neutralizes negative energy in an instant. Just keep saying it and feeling it, and you will see. The Yes Movement 2019 is a continuation of our positive movement which began last year. It's about spreading positivity, unity, faith, and manifesting the most powerful outcome for each of us in all that we do. The infinite universe is yes, and sharing the energy of yes with everyone and coding that in all that you do and all that you put out there will create and attract more yeses. Like energy attracts like energy. This is about waking up every day and saying yes to your life, yes to your creations, and yes to your dreams. Yes, you are perfect just the way you are. Yes, your life's on track. Yes, you are a success. Yes, you're wealthy. There's no reason to become what you already are. You feel that? Yes. When you feel it and believe it, you will see it. Even if you can vibrate yes just 51% of the time, you will begin to see huge changes in your life experience. The Yes Movement is infectious. Use the hashtag wherever and whenever you feel inspired to encode this powerful and positive and creative intention into what you're saying, sharing, or doing. And without even telling anyone what it means, they will feel it. What you put out comes back. What you give is what you get. You'll see it when you believe it. Yes, yes, yes. That's right. Say it out loud to yourself right now. Ready, everyone? 1, 2, 3. Yes.
All right, that's yes, yes, yes. So how many people believe in that? Yes, if you could give me that yes, yes, yes. So if you could put that on chat box, and I will come to know that you are there and you believe in your yes, yes, yes. Yep. So that's about wow, that's great. So if you could put on there, so we should know, we will know that there is this interaction. It's because mind you, it's going to be an amazing interaction. So if you could interact virtually with all of us, that'll be amazing. Right, so you can see our guest speaker, but before we get on a guest speaker, we really want to introduce H2 the Water Pub panel, the Panacea team, quickly. And I know we are eagerly waiting for this talk show, so am I. So let me introduce quickly our panel team, the H2 the Water Pub. Who do we have here? Professor Jagdish, sir. If you're on the see on the top left here, Professor Jagdish Ji is the former scientist at ISRO, which is Indian Space Research Organization, and a chief mentor for our panel, Panacea. Here we go with Shashidhar Ji Iyer, and founder, CEO, H2O the Water Pub. He's the man behind this entire panel we call as Panacea team, the Panacea Club. Here it's myself, Anil Shetty. Here we go here, Kaumara Raja is the global leadership coach, worked around 60 plus countries, and an amazing human being. I'm really, really honored to have him on the board. Here we go, youngest India 6A4 distributor and a global trainer and coach, Mr. Hemant Kumar, and we have heard him last week. It was amazing. Then here we go with the ladies, the women empowerment, right from starting from here, Arundhati S. Iyer is also a wife of Shashidhar Iyer. She is the co-founder H2 the Water Pub, and I'll tell you, she is the backbone for this team called H2 the Water Pub, the Panacea. Then we have Manisha Chaube ma'am, and she is the integrator core human values and an entrepreneur all the while, and she is amazing person to interact with, and followed by Rajashri J, and she's also wife of Jagdish Ji, and she is the holistic empowerer and PhD in education world, an amazing person to be with. So here we go, the women empowerment as well for the Panacea team. So that's about H2O, the Water Pub, and soon. And let's understand our guest speaker, what our guest speaker and carrying this amazing experience with all of us, right? So Christina Lee. So let's see what Christina Lee and who is she? The people who don't know, I'm sure most of the people who know were already part of the kangen water and Enagic in the Enagic business here. So Christina Lee, and today is Friday, 3rd July, and finally we are here. So Christina is the executive event producer at 9.5 Summit. She's the national ambassador at American Anti-Cancer Institute. She's the first Canadian water sommelier. She's the certified master trainer at Enagic International. So many kind of credentials for Christina, and it's really excited to hear. We're going to hear from her soon, former director, marketing and development, event producer and business development consultant, and she's the content curator at 9.5 CA. So what we're going to hear, so let's hear from Christina, what she has to say about this world before she came, for this. Before she has been invited for this amazing event. So let's hear from Christina, and then we'll go to our next segment where I know we are all eagerly waiting for. So let's hear from Christina, what she has to talk about this talk show. Yeah. Here we go.
Hello there, my name's Christina. I'm sending you my warmest greeting all the way from Toronto, Canada. You're seeing this message because you are super special. Listen to me, you're super special because you are a part of the people, you're part of us who are dedicated to impact the world, to change the world. Yes, I'm talking about you. On July 3rd, I would love to invite you to join me in a very special gathering, or a very special meeting, or very special Kangen Water live show or talk show hosted by Sashi, as well as H2O, the Water Pub. In that very special meeting, you and I, together with Sashi, we're going to chat about how we can make this world a better place just through a simple glass of water. Yes, just through a simple glass of water. Whether you are currently drinking kangen water or whether you are into it, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you believe you can be a part of a special mission that's going to make our world a better place. So mark that day down, July 3rd, 5 p.m. Indian time. I'll see you at the Kangen Water Talk Show with Sashi. All right? See you then.
All right, and that 3rd July is today, ladies and gentlemen, all the participants around the globe, and that's where we are. So I'm not going to waste much time, and this talk show is going to be amazingly amazing. I'm eagerly waiting for it, and it's going to be done by none other than S2, the Water Pub CEO. So here we go, Shashidhar Ji Iyer. Can we please put yes, yes, yes on the chat box? Please welcome Shashidhar Ji Iyer. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Namaste. Thank you. Welcome. Greetings. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. We all are here from different time zones, different places, and we believe, yes, yes, yes. We all are excited. Are we excited? Let me tell you something. This evening is very, very special. As promised, an engagement with the world's best. If you think you are energetic, energy plus magic together, this is the place, this is the time, this is the moment for all of us to come together. As promised, S2O the Water Pub, the initiative, the drive, okay, to unify the yes movement globally, to get the best of the best onto the forum, the Water Educators Forum. It was a promise, and this is just the beginning. And at the onset, do we all believe we are ready for the moment? Quickly type into the chat box, yes, yes, yes. Let me see how quick we can be. Faster than Usain Bolt. Okay, you have to sprint your way with yes, 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 before we bring on the electrifying moment, a life-changing moment. And believe me, before inviting the guest, let us understand a few things. Are we all here to listen? Do we all know how to listen in the first place? Listening is an art. Okay, there are 3 types of listenings. The first type of listeners in this universe, in this world, basically they are intellectual listeners. Now these intellectual listeners, the speciality about them, they are very judgmental. Okay, they have their own perceptions, own understanding, own comprehending of anything and everything. The second type of listeners in this universe, in this place, they are emotional listeners. Okay, they listen everything emotionally. After the whole process, if you check with them, what was the best part of the whole process, they would say so everything was good, but they'll not be able to express and explain beyond that. Okay, they understand only one thing. The takeaway they have is something was good, the feel was good, the emotion was good. But both these 2 listeners, they wouldn't be able to make much changes in their lives. Okay, the third type of listening is the most critical, crucial, important type of listening that is going to impact the change, as the speaker for today, the special speaker for today mentioned in a video. And this type of listening is called the listening, prayerful listening. Prayerful listening or a seeker's listening. Basically, do not judge by language, do not judge by grammars, do not be judgmental about anything. Okay, it is message from heart to heart. They say the message from the mind reaches the mind. The message from the mouth, it spreads in the air. Okay, and the message from the heart, the connect. Let me tell you, if you really want to experience enagic, the energy and magic, it is going to be connection of heart to heart. Are we all ready to be part of a soulful talk, an engagement without any judgments? And to the core, let us be in the yes moment. Are we really ready? Because the guest speaker for today, let me explain to you, the guest speaker for today is very, very special, the chosen one, like the goddesses of water, the queen of water. Okay, if you want to play and make a career out of cricket, definitely we should go to the god of cricket, that is Sachin Tendulkar. Now, similarly, when we talk about water or anything connected with water, there is nothing that comes close to the name called Christina Lee. Okay, the name itself is very powerful, and we are going to experience that live in next few seconds. So are we all ready? The queen of water, the goddesses of water, she is going to take us through this session, how we can really impact the whole world positively with one glass of water, okay, as a medium to connect to the whole universe, to the whole world. Because like experts say, the scientists say, most of us are water bags. Okay, we are all 73% water. The universe is basically more than 70% water. Now everything is fluid in and around us. And today, what better than the queen of waters, the goddesses of water, okay, one and only one, the first water sommelier and the only water sommelier of Canada. That's number one, importance of the speaker. The second most important aspect, dimension to the speaker is nothing but she's also Enagic certified master trainer globally. Now, for those of you who understand Enagic, and if you understand, okay, the handful of trainers, certified trainers, it's not easy. Now, to be a certified trainer in Enagic at global level, okay, it's not an ordinary process at all. $1 billion company setting $1 billion standards, okay. So the quality of education, it is more about human values. It's more about the person you become in the process. It's not anything about marketing, selling, business. There are no such orientations to be a certified trainer in Enagic. Once you go through that grind and get certified, and to be a master trainer, certified a master trainer globally, is a very prestigious accomplishment by itself. Now, water sommelier, let me also tell you something. How many of us really know the word and meaning of water sommelier? Quickly type chat, yes. Great. Let me tell you the core expertise of water sommelier. Okay, they are certified professionals, like what actuaries are to the insurance industry, who define the algorithms of the industry. A water sommelier is such a unique and prestigious caliber and equation. Okay, their core expertise is spread across integrating water into food and beverages industry mainly. Then it spreads across to hospitality industry, and then it also spreads across health and hydration as an industry. And what better than this entire package rolled into one person, okay? And that person soulfully getting involved with Enagic, and that person, that professional, that expert, the goddesses and queen of water, my entire Enagic career, the career as water educator, it is shaped around the ideologies, it is shaped around the knowledge and the role model of Christina Lee. So I'm ever indebted to her for being my role model, for my coach, for being my inspiration to be part of this journey as water educator, and H2O, the water pub, to bring this forum in a very different level, and the grace and elan, okay, with which she accepted to be part of this talk show. Only Christina can do that. So without wasting much of our time, can we all generate a virtual clap for Christina to be here? Christina, let us see you, the power lady, the power woman. Okay, we want to see you live. Here we go live, and the world is waiting for you to listen to you. Welcome.
Thank you, Sashish. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. First of all, give a round of applause for your own self for being here today. 141 of you all the way from India. I greet to you from Toronto, Canada. How are everybody doing today? Give me a yes in the chat box. Yes in the chat box. As well as if you're watching us on Facebook, give us a yes in the chat there, okay? Excellent. So how many of you actually have drank water this morning? or have drink water this evening, have drink water today. Give me another yes, please there. Yes, 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 excellent, I saw you. If you're not drinking water today, if you haven't drank any water today, the problem is on you. I don't know how you survive, honestly, right? So we are 75% water. If today you don't even think about water, then you may need to rewire your wine through the H2O water pump. That's all I can say. Okay. So thank you, Sashi, for inviting me. Thank you, Annie, for the amazing introduction. Yes, and today's amazing. If today this is the first time that you're joining us in the Kangen Water movement or the Yes movement, today is the day. That's the reason why you're here today at this very moment joining us. So, Sashi, I know that I didn't prepare any materials because Sashi told me not to. And as if this is a talk show, so I'm just here to actually answer any questions or share any thoughts that Sashi and the team believe will benefit the audience. I think this is very important because we, as a part of the Energy 9.5 community, it's our job to serve the world. It's our job to make this world a better place. May not be very good, but yet at least a little bit better by the time that we depart this world, right, Sashi? So
Yes.
going back to you, so what shall we talk about today?
Okay.
Lead me through.
Thank you, Christina.
my
It
mentor.
was wonderful, awesome. Even listening to your voice is very vibrating. Okay. High on Kangen energy. Yes, yes, yes. Super. Now, let me set the context for all of us today's session. We have actually divided into 3 parts. The first part basically is about the talk show. Okay. The second part basically is about acknowledging your presence over here, your contribution to Enagic as a whole, and the third part, okay, the most critical part is the Q&A session. Now, how many of us are we really ready to stretch this session beyond the scheduled time of 6:30? Okay, 90 minutes is what we had programmed, but another 30 minutes, how many of you would be really happy to extend your time today? Because it's a life-defining moment. We are planning something for the local guys here post 6:30, where we will translate, okay, the information, the power education, the knowledge that has been experienced by all in English, and for people who do not understand English to the core, but we want you to understand the message of Enagic, the true Enagic, the wholesome Enagic for all of you. So we are making an extra effort to extend the session by half an hour, okay? So that in your local language, in Hindi, okay, or English, Anil will be able to translate this for you. And, it will be more meaningful process of this talk show. So if you're ready, you will have to type yes, yes, yes to Anil so that we will really do it also in local language. Past 6:30, so that Christina Lee, 90 minutes, she's free of all the session and we will be able to take it further also. So with your blessings, we start this session and welcome Christina to this talk show. In fact, most of us are seeing you for the first time. They are going to experience you live for the first time. And for the first time, we actually want to know, Christina, your life journey, okay, beyond Kangen, okay, before Kangen rather, okay. What is Christina? What got her into Kangen Forum in the first place? And besides being a water sommelier, core expertise spread in hospitality, food and beverages, and health and hydration, what triggered or propelled you to choose Kangen Forum as a certified global trainer into master trainer into Enagic? Thank you.
Thank you, Sashi. Thank you. What your question was why I chose Kangen, why I chose Enagic. To be honest, I didn't choose Enagic, but Enagic chose me. Enagic chose me. No, Mr. Shru didn't contact me. No, not at all. It's actually the water that connects me. A lot of people ask me, how do you get on to this Kangen water journey, and why Kangen water, put it that way. Honestly, if you asked me 10 years ago, did I ever think that I am going to be in the water industry? Let's be simple, water industry. 10 years later, not at all. It hasn't even popped up to my mind. honestly, 10 years ago, I, just like most of the people out there, just like 95% of the people out there, I just think water is just water. How special can that be? Well, come on. It's transparent, it's clear in glass, there's no flavors, nothing. How special can that be? Water is just water, right? So if today we want to get healthy, back then, this is my thinking. I thought that, okay, if I want to get healthy, I just need to do exercise. All I need to do is taking the best supplement, taking better food, make sure that I sleep well. Those are the things I know. I know that I need to drink water, but I never concerned about what kind of water I drank. So that was me back then, and I've been in the food and beverage industry with my family for over 15 years. We have we manage banquet facilities. My father is well established in Toronto, Canada, here in the Chinese restaurant industry. He has multiple locations. That was my life in the past 15, 20 years. And then later on, I moved on to the fundraising industry and becoming the fundraising and marketing director for a charity to help them to rebrand. Back then, I still believe that maybe fundraising and marketing is the career or is my life journey that I will propel in my next 10, 15, 20 years, or even 25 years. Until the day, it was quite interesting, until the day I met the dog. Yes, I'm talking about a dog, the pet, okay? And I have seen in my own eye how a dog from converting or reforming from having cancer to having no cancer in just 3 months. When the vet was telling the owner, this dog will only have 3 weeks to live, end up 3 months, and then getting healthier and healthier. Even that this dog is around 15 years old, if you ever own a pet, you will understand what I'm talking about. When a dog is 15 years old, it's not young, it's old. And I've seen that and was thinking, what exactly happened? How that converted? It was really because of water. I was thinking, really, water? No way, right? First of all, I never thought that by changing the diet or by changing the water or by changing how we think or how we believe will ever reform our body or will ever restore our immunity such that we can fight any disease. That has never came across my mind 10 years ago. It has never came off my mind. But yet, what I've learned is that what I've seen in my own eyes is that really happened to a dog. I was thinking, okay, if that can happen, obviously we love our family, we love our parents, we love our friends. I wouldn't want that to ever happen to my parents, right? If there's anything ever happened called cancer. That's the whole reason why I got the water that changed the dog, which is really kangen water. Honestly, it was crazy. That machine in Canada is not cheap. A few $1,000s. I'm talking about $4,000 or $5,000. That can let me translate that. That literally it can be equivalent to 2 months of salary for some of the people. For some of the people, it's crazy. Honestly, I think it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It was ridiculous. But yet I thought, okay, if there's a chance I need to buy, because we understand that we will only take chance, we'll only take risks when we are being threatened in a certain situation, be it health, be it life, be it finance. That's when we're more than willing to take the risk. We're more than willing to take chance. So that was the case. I don't want to take any chance. When you're talking about to my parents and to my family, I would never want to take a chance. That's the whole reason why I got the machine. Now, let me confess, Sashin. In the first year that I got the machine home, I barely drank the water. Well, the whole reason is because I thought that I was young and capable. I don't have any health issue. I didn't need to take care of myself at that very moment. Ask yourself, did that ever happen to you? If nothing ever happened to you, if you when you feel that, okay, I think I'm young, I'm healthy and stuff like that, I don't need to take care of yourself. I don't need to take care of myself. This is something that's how we are being programmed as human beings. But really, we should do prevention. From today, I can tell you this. Then a year later, what happens is that I was diagnosed with something called salivary gland tumor. So if you ever come close to me, you see that I actually have a scar underneath my chin. Long story short, I was diagnosed with that. I was given steroid. The steroid made me super weak to the point that I didn't have much energy to move, and I was even peeing on my bed, which is the truth. So, and I was trying to search for answers. What can I do? Am I going to be like this in the next 10, 15, 20 years, laying on bed and peeing on my bed? Really? At age 35, I'm peeing on my bed? I thought that would happen at my age 75. Never say never, everybody. Never say never. You never know what God has prepared us for. And that day I was trying to figure out what could I do. I don't want to be like this for the rest of my life. When we were given a chance to really see darkness, or maybe have a touch of death, or have that touch of fear, we are going to think otherwise. We're going to search for the alternative. And then out of that, there's a message coming to me. It was really from my subconscious mind. A lot of time we accumulate subconscious thinking, and yet at the enlightened moment, it's going to come to us to guide us. That was actually what happened to me. I still remember a year prior, the reason why I got the machine is because I read a book called Killing Cancer Not People by Robert Reid, by American Anti-Cancer Institute. In that particular chapter, it talks about water, chapter 6 in particular. It talks about restructure and ionized water. It talks about how by simply changing water, it will help you to restore immunity. It's going to help you give you a better chance to fight any disease, including cancer. That was a refining moment for me. I was thinking, okay, if water can do it for the dog, that's the reason why I got the machine. Why don't I try it on myself? Mind you, that message, when it was embedded to me a year ago, you need to ask yourself what kind of message has embedded to you that you're supposed to do better for yourself. So that was the day that I started to reach out to the water. That was the day that I started to drink really 2 liters of water to my body. And surprisingly, I'm talking surprisingly, just that simply 2 liters of water has actually given me energy back. I was thinking, really? Water? Are you crazy? Really? It's just water. Come on, right? Just water. What are you talking about, right? But that was exactly what happened. And then I start to experiment it myself. Try it again the next day, try it again the next day, try it again the day after. And then I'm feeling more and more energy. I started to do my own research. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want you to just believe in me and take my word. I want you to do the proper research. Okay? I did my proper research. Don't just believe in me, because you should be the one who guide yourself through the journey. So I did my research and thinking, okay, there's a lot of people talking about kangen as a scam. People are talking about this is too expensive and stuff like that. But really, what I understand, mind you, that I was in the marketing industry. I know how the search engine optimization work, the SEO work. I know how Google work. You can get onto the top of the page by simply pay for the ranking. By simply attacking your competitor. I know how that will work, okay? Mind you that Energic has been in the industry for over 46 years. It was founded in 1974. And it's the very first ionizer that's being distributed globally. Obviously, it got a lot of, negative message. So, but I learned from my own research, from my own study, from my own career, I learned that when I need to study or research about medical thing, I need to go to Google Scholar. I know that I need to go to PubMed. So I go there and I didn't research about kangen water. I researched about electrolytes, reduce the water, and ionized water. The more I read, the more I'm impressed. The more I read, I've realized that the less I know. That was the day that I start to really, religiously consume this water day in, day out. And one lead to another. What happened later on, around 9 months later, I was told that I need to do the surgery. I need to remove my salivary gland tumor. End up in the surgery room. The doctor did not just remove my tumor. He removed my whole salivary gland on my left side. And that become a permanent thing that I will always be lack of hydration in my mouth. And that's when kangen water came to place that actually become a lifesaver because it actually helped me to hydrate way better. That was how Energical kangen chose me. But later on, back then, I still never think that I would do this full time. I never think that. But until the day that I realized that there's a lot of people who don't have the information, who don't have access to information. The question is that how can we serve the world better? Mind you that back then I was in those years I was working in the fundraising industry. I was thinking, instead of serving one charity, can I serve this world better? That was the whole reason why I changed. Another reason that I changed was because I attended an Energy Certified Trainers training program by Mr. Isobe. From that point on, I understand that Energy has a bigger message, as she mentioned. Energy has a bigger message, or kangen water has a bigger message, or the right water has the bigger message than just a machine, than just a glass. The whole idea is this, guys. This may be, if this is the first time that you join us in this community, you need to understand that this water is not just water. If you choose to not treat it as just a glass of water, we need to understand that. So she mentioned that we are 73% water. Really, when you average it out, we are more than 75% water in our being. As I said, most of people will never pay attention to the water that we consume. Majority of people will focus on the food, majority of people will focus on the nutrient, majority of the people will focus on the sports or the exercise we do, majority of people will focus on sleep, but rarely we focus on water. But really, if we want our human race to be better, in particular at this very moment, talking about COVID, what's better than restoring the immunity? Immunity is the king. Strengthen your immunity is the new currency. That's my favorite line. Strengthen immunity is the new currency of this world. Health is wealth. If health is wealth, obviously immunity is a currency, right? If you have no currency, how can you build a wealth? Understand that? So understand that if we can reform our body 75% more effectively, will you say yes to it? If you say yes, give a yes in the chat box for me. If you can reform your body by 75%, better, more effectively, will you say yes to it? Of course you will. Come on, we are not stupid. We're smart, correct? You today, at this very refined moment, you're joining me at this talk show. There's a reason to it, because you have a mission to serve. You have a message that you need to share out after this talk show. So don't leave me for now, okay? Don't leave me for now. So understand that. If we understand that's a fact, how about we find a water that's more effective than the water that most people would drink in the world? If you understand how water converts to our body, then you'll understand how that works. That's why later on I furthered my study to Germany to be a water sommelier, because I want to understand how water is being seen, how water is being studied around the world, aside from the machine. I want to see the other side of the world. What I understand is this. What I've learned in that study is this. Since human ever appear on this earth, we have always consumed water. But the water that we consumed as human back then was actually natural water from the earth, correct? That you and I know. It's actually natural spring water from the natural source. But also understand that in this whole world, back then, there wasn't any pollution. There wasn't any chemical. Everything is natural, correct? So, and there's no, like back then, people are living in the cave, right? This is what, as a water sommelier, we talk about. We suggest, we advise, we recommend, and we talk about drink natural mineral water, people. But yeah, don't just drink any natural mineral water, because technically Technically, the water that you get from the pond down on the street, as long as it's natural, it's called natural mineral water. But make sure that you inspect the natural mineral water that you consume. Make sure that it's from the proper source. Make sure that it's not being artificially altered. That's what we talk about as water sommelier. We also talk about in Europe, we also talk about how natural mineral can help we as a human being better our immunity, better our health. We talk about how natural mineral in the water can be better than the supplement that you take. This is what we talk about. This is what we talk about. Through that world, I understand this. Water is something that we should pay high attention to. Okay, we should even pay more attention to how to reserve it. We talk a lot about water sustainability. That's my refined moment. That's my aha moment. Through those weeks that I studied in Germany, what I understand is that machine that's sitting on your countertop in your own one, you will understand that it has bigger purpose than just serving the glass of water. It's also serving the purpose, me as a water sommelier, about water sustainability. Have you ever thought, I'm sure that most of you out there drink tea, right? You drink coffee. Have you ever thought how much water is being used to plant or to grow the tea or the coffee before it comes to your glass? Have you ever thought what kind of water was in it to plant that? Do you know that? Do you know that in order for you to consume a glass of coffee or a glass of tea today, it will take 20 times more water to grow it before it come to your home? Have you ever thought of what kind of water it is? That is the mission, that's the compassion behind energy. Remember, this machine, it has a Super 501 model. It's built for farm. It's built for farmers to replace pesticide and herbicide. It's built, that's called strong acidic 2.5. That water is built for you to grow the plant such that it can grow quicker without any chemical. We can restore its immunity. If we can restore the immunity of a dog, if we can restore the immunity of a plant, it can restore the immunity of us as human beings. Understand that fact. Our passion or our belief in energy, that's the reason why the tagline, if you have never read it, let me read it once for you. Change your water, change your life. The your, quote and unquote, the your does not necessarily mean human being. Your means any elements on this earth. When we say change your water, change your life, which is the fact, let me share some scientific facts with you. We are 75% water. Our brain, we know that our mind can change everything that you and I know, Sashit know, and everybody know, right? If you have a positive mindset, you can basically change everything. There's a logic behind. You need to understand that our body is 75% water, our brain is 80% water. If the water that you're drinking do not have antioxidants, do not have the necessary minerals, what's going to happen is that it's going to deplete, it's going to slow down the hydration of your brain. That's the reason why people have brain fog, quote and unquote. I didn't say it. According to brain specialist Dr. Corinne Allen, who has been utilizing this water and other natural substances to help people with brain problems, who have brain issues, who have brain trauma. Our brain is, if you look at the picture of the brain, there's a lot of wires, right? It's reformed by electricity, obviously blood, but blood is 90.5% water. Notice this, mineral, electricity, as well as water. Guess what Kangen water has? Take a wild guess. Obviously, it's water, but the reason why you have a pH is because it has natural minerals. The reason why it's antioxidants because it has a charge. That's why it can get to our brain in as short as 1 minute. Yes, our brain is formed with a lot of blood vessel, but guess what? It can get into our blood in 30 seconds, according to Dr. Corinne Allen, quote and unquote. So, I believe we have a mission. We have we have a purpose to serve this world. And I believe water, I'm not saying that you should do water full time like me or Sashi. I'm just saying that you should use water as the tool, as the vehicle, as the elements, or as the language to communicate. Language, some of you may, because we speak different language, we may not understand each other, but water is universal. Energy is universal. Vibration is universal. I'm pretty sure that even though you may not understand me fully, you can read my energy. Right? We are here for a reason. I'm calling upon you to be a part of us, to help this world to have better water, to help this world to be a better place, because 95% of the sickness around the world occur because they lack of quality water. If you want to know the research, if you want to know the information, you can go onto my website. You can just go onto the water facts page. You will understand that. Majority, I'm talking about 95%, actually close to 97% of the disease occur in this whole world is because the lack of quality water, the lack of water that is contaminant and toxin free. Simple. That is a fact. That's a simple fact. Every second when we're talking right now, do you know that every minute there's 5 children around the world die because they lack of quality and contaminant-free water? That's a fact from United Nations. So Sashi, back to you.
Oh, great. That was a great sharing, Christina. Couple of times in this entire, conversation, I came across the word called immunization or immunity. Okay, you were talking about that, water and immunity. Now, especially in this pandemic times, the COVID times, where everything is exposed to risk. Now, how does Kenyan water really impact positively? One thing is for certain, we haven't come across a single COVID-19 case with any of the energetic, people who have been drinking this water for the last couple of years. We haven't heard any energetic person, being attacked by this COVID-19 or exposed to COVID-19 in these times. Now, what we would like to really know is, how does Kenyan water really impact the immunity, number one? And number two, where the economy is, the financial situation is downsizing, the job market is downsizing, everything is going down, in this times, hard times. But where is Energy placed in all this situation as a significant contributor or positive contributor in terms of immunity or health, in terms of career, in terms of restoring your financial situations, okay, and an opportunity as a whole, complete package, so that our people will get some light.
Okay. So you and I understand this. We in particular for kangen, it's not when you share the water. Mr. Oshiro, our founder, actually also share a referral fee. In Chinese, we talk about. Have you ever heard about something called red pocket in the Chinese culture?
No.
You know what that's about, right? Red pockets at that in every Chinese New Year, we were given red pocket as a blessed money. Okay, for good luck. That's why it's also called good luck red pocket in Chinese culture. I love to call that red pocket from our founder, because that is how the whole thing works, right? When you refer a client to, or when you refer someone, or when you refer friends and family to purchase a machine, the company is going to pay you a referral fee. This is actual thank you money from the company to say thanks to you for referring. But the whole thing is that it doesn't just stop by just saying once. They want to, Mr. Shiro and the team want to thank us more. When we introduce more people to purchase a machine, we're going to get more red pocket. It's going to accumulate. It's going to accumulate. It's going to accumulate to the point that when you say, for example, throughout the time, there's no time limitation, stuff like that. When we accumulate throughout a certain number of families that will impact, we are going to get more. The most that we can get, probably, according to your machine price, let's talk about percentage. we're talking about roughly around 40%, maybe 40%, sometimes close to 50%, depending on your own efforts, depending on the efforts that we're helping your referral to refer more. This is the interesting part about business networking, right? A lot of time we try to help each other by bonding each other and by reforming, just like us, by reforming and gelling into one, such that we can share the message better. So again, same thing. We leverage each other's knowledge such that we can share the message better. So when we share the message better, this is the cool part. This is the fun part about, I'm talking about direct sales industry, is that when Sashi, today you refer me to get a machine, you're going to get a thank you money from the company. But the cool part is that if you can help me to help my friends, because you help me to help my friends, such that Mr. Shu is also going to thank you and thank me for doing it. So this is the fun part, is that during this COVID, right, a lot of people out there actually lack of income, do not have money, do not have access to opportunities. But I believe this is the right time for us to get our message out, such that we can share this with people, such that they have a blanket, a safety blanket, in case of anything happens, because they don't need to activate the referral program right now. They can activate anytime, whenever they want. I'm talking about 10 years later. I'm talking about 15 years later after they use the machine. But you and I won't do that, because it's going to delay our mission of bettering this world 15, 20 years. You and I won't do that, right? But the whole thing is that this is the fun part, is that you can have the option to choose when you want to activate. If you want to choose to activate it at this very moment, yes, you can do that. This is the fun part. You are in control. A lot of times, see, in this moment in life, we find that we are not in control. We're not even in control of our freedom, because there's a lot of lockdown around the world, in China, in the USA, in Canada, in India. There's a lot of lockdown. We are not even giving the control of our own freedom when things happen, when crises happen, when pandemic happen, like the situation. And the whole thing is that what if today you have another option while you're in control of your health through the water, at the same time you're also in control of your own finance at the same time, through sharing this life-changing device? Will you say yes to it? If you're going to say yes to it, give me yes in the chat box. Give me yes in the chat box, as well as if you're watching on Facebook, give a yes to that.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, understand that. If you're not saying yes, it's okay. It's totally okay. You don't need to say yes now. You don't need to say yes now. I just want to make sure that you're embedding this message to your head, such that at the moment that God is calling you, you will say yes to this. You know that you are in control. You know that you have something on your portfolio, in your pocket, that you can choose to activate when it's in the right time. You don't need to do it now. Don't rush. Don't feel pressure. Don't feel pressure. The whole idea is that you have options. Most of the time, we are feeling fear. We're feeling depressed because we feel that we don't have options. We are not in control, right? But I want to share with you that you have option. The option is that you just need to share the message of water. You just need to let people know that they have options to choose a better quality of water, so they can live 75% more effectively to restore their immunity by just simply choose the right water. That's all they need to know. So this is the fun part, right? The fun part is that, see, we are in fear most of the time when we don't have money, when we don't have health, correct? So now if you're in control of health, when you're in control of money, guess what's happening? You and I are not in fear. We're in comfort. We are in peace of mind. That's a mission behind NRJ. That's what we call true health. Because when this 3 points connected, it's a perfect triangle. It's a perfect triangle. There's wisdom to it, guys. There's wisdom to it. You know, in the energy world, we need to have a pole in order to collect the energy collectively. That's why it's triangle. That's the reason why in Egypt there's pyramid. Okay. Okay, that's a reason to it. There's a reason to it. You need to, the whole thing is that for this true health, you need to first of all build your health and then build your finance and build your peace of mind. Understand this. But yeah, you need to understand that that machine, if you own one, if you don't own one yet, you better get one soon, because that's the thing that's going to help you and your family to be in the best immunity in order to fight any disease. I'm not saying that you're not going to get sick. Okay, I'm saying that you will have a better antivirus software. If you know what I'm talking about, your computer need an antivirus software. So do your health. Okay, when you install an antivirus software in your computer, it doesn't mean that your computer is not going to get virus. It's just that the chance is lower, way slimmer. Okay, but again, with this water, same thing. It's just like you're having an antivirus software for your own health, for your family's health. And the cool part is that the antivirus software is not just for your health. It's also for your bank account. As simple as that. Okay, so that's the cool part of it. You have option, you are in control, and you can choose the timing that you want to say yes to this movement.
This particular conversation leads me to ask you a specific question on behalf of everybody. See, basically the core expertise that you are exposed to, being a water sommelier, being a certified Enagic, master trainer, whereas most of us over here, there are also a lot of new people here who are listening to you and me for the first time. Okay, now they get all the information, the research sources from WhatsApp University. It is from basically Google. It is from all kinds of YouTube channels. Okay, now you and me also have a powerful story. Okay, like what we have experienced, how we felt before kangen water, and then a sudden crisis triggered, and how we bounce back with this water. So the conviction comes from that. Now, what kind of due diligence one has to do? Where does he source this information? Because they do not have faith in a new distributor. They do not have, that kind of, facts backed up with a new distributor or a new person or a new buyer into Enagic, a new infant into the Enagic, I would say, or a new teenager into Enagic, or a new woman into Enagic. Okay, different segments, and they are looked upon very differently, not as a non-professional segment or a disorganized segment. Even when they recommend the best information possible, listening to the best, people are not willing to buy those arguments. Or probably if a person like me goes and talks, they also try to tell me, okay, you have a story, you had a brain situation, coma situation, I don't have one. Now, what kind of a diligence or a channel or a directive can we offer them to make a well-informed buying decision? Where to look for?
I think the most important thing is that you need to experience the water yourself. You need to see, the thing is that when we try to share a message, when we try to share some information, you cannot share anything that you don't believe in, guys, which is a simple fact. If you don't believe it, you're sharing to people, that's a lie. Seriously. So I think the very important thing is that you need to make sure that you have experience with the water. Even though I congratulate you if you don't have a health user like me, okay, you don't have a health situation like Sashi, okay, I congratulate you on that. But you will notice a few things regardless, right? About energy, about about your hydration, about your sleep, about your bowel movement. Those are simple things that people forgot. And you can always use your personal experience as an opener, but yet borrow the testimonial from other people. Borrow the testimonial from other people, because those people will share it because it's a fact. That's why they share it. If it's not a fact, they're not going to share it. And particularly in our industry, in our community, we are not going to share false fact. You'll find that most of people, I'm not saying 100%, most of the people that you came across in the Enagic community or kangen community, they're very honest and truthful. I think it's the nature of the water, I believe. Okay, that's how it's connected. So it's very important that today, because that question I was being asked multiple times. Like, this is a very good question, by the way. The whole thing is that you don't need to have. See, the thing is that you don't need to have a severe health situation and Kangen water help you resolve it before you share this water. Before you share this water, ask yourself this. Okay, when you drink this water, do you think it's lighter? Do you find that it's more refreshing? Have you ever thought why it's more refreshing and lighter? That's a sensation, by the way, in case you don't know. Let me dissect that for you. When you feel that the water is more refreshing, lighter, when you feel that it's different than those bottled water, there's a reason to it. Because your brain is telling you that, first of all, I like this water. Second of all, it's because this water is actually smaller in cluster. It's lighter, so therefore it's penetrating to my body. It's penetrating to my cells. That's why it starts to give you that sensation. As a water sommelier, we know, because before we get the destination, I need to taste test over 200 natural mineral water before we get the stamp on approval. So I can tell you that for water that have mineral and have no mineral has huge difference. For water that have hydrogen, have no hydrogen, huge difference. By the way, most of the people out there do not know what's hydrogen, but they know antioxidants. They know antioxidants. Another thing they can share with them is about pH, right? But usually that when you share the pH, that is something that's going to get you into another loophole, because many people think that they know what's pH. That's another thing. Many people know that, many people think that believe alkaline is important, but they never know what's true alkaline, what's actually false alkaline. Let me rephrase that. What's real alkaline and what's artificial alkaline? I urge you to research about this, okay? Let me give you some simple, let me define that for you in simple phrase. Alkaline is measured by a term called pH, right? Do you know what's pH? Have you ever researched about it? pH defined by potential of hydrogen ions. So it doesn't matter whether that hydrogen ion is positive or negative, it's hydrogen ion. So the condensation of the hydrogen. So meaning that any water that actually have minerals in it, because all the mineral molecules has hydrogen ions in it. When it has mineral in it, it's going to contribute to the pH of the water. So it's going to get slightly more alkaline or more alkaline. The fact is that when it's not natural mineral, when it's artificial mineral being added, the water is not going to sustain in the pH alkaline forever. That's why when you go out there and get a water, when it labeled remineralized water, that water, when you test it through our pH drop, is going to be acidic, by the way, just for your information. Okay. Another thing that you should share is that antioxidants, how special is antioxidant in the water, because out there you can never find any water that has antioxidants in it unless you're living right next to a living waterfall which is not polluted. Then you'll find antioxidant there. But imagine you're bringing the unpolluted living waterfall in your own home. You can get antioxidant anytime. That's another benefit. And another thing that you can share is that how this machine can help people to tackle into a chemical-free life. That's very important. And particularly in India, the weather is super hot, correct, Sushi? It's very hot. It's very important that people get hydration rightfully. People get hydration immediately, because dehydration is the #1 reason why people have chronic disease. You need to understand that. So just to summarize it, you should do a proper research your own. Don't just listen to me. Come on. We just meet. This is the first time that we meet, except I'm with Sashi and his team. Okay. Super. Don't just believe me. Research about alkaline. Research about what's antioxidants. Research about dehydration and chronic disease. Those are very important. Go ahead.
Super. Christina, one quick thing. What would be the future of energy for youth icons or youth as a career path, for women as a career, alternative career, or professionals who are already doing something as a career? What is the future?
Okay, good question. Good question. Okay. So do you, aside from Analogic, do you ever do any investment in mutual funds and stuff like that? Yeah? Yeah, right? You're not going to just invest in one basket, right? We, according to Warren Buffett, okay, who's the richest man in the earth, I think, you shouldn't just invest in one basket. But here's the phrase. You should invest in a project that the money is going to come to you when you sleep. Simple fact. So the question is that when you choose whether you want to activate Analogic, is that ask yourself this question: if you give, nothing come overnight, okay? If you give this project, if this is one of the many projects that you do, okay, I'll suggest not do more than 3. But if this is one of the projects that you do you think when you invest, say 5 years to 10 years time in it, are you going to be able to build to the fact that the money will come to you when you sleep? It's possible through the commission plan. It's very possible. But the most important thing is that we live on this earth not because of money. We live on this earth because of mission. But ask yourself, when you are going to give this project another 5 to 10 years to build a sustainable finance, to build a sustainable bank account for you, how many people are you going to impact? How many better life are you going to build for those people? How many better health are you going to build more people? I've calculated from that point on, minimum, I'm talking about minimum, you will be able to impact 888 families. You're going to give 888 families better health and a second chance to have better finance in their bank account. So you need to find I believe life purpose is important. Once we're able to satisfy the bank account, finding life purpose is important. I believe finding life purpose is even more important than the bank account. Because when you have the life purpose, you know where your goal is, then the money will come. The more people you serve, the more money will come. Money will come eventually. But you need to be able to, you need to understand this. If today you choose this as a career, what I've learned from my mentors is that this is not easy, guys. It's not easy. Don't you ever think that it's easy. No. That's the reason why the payout is high. I'm talking about 40% of each machine you sold, you're going to get paid for that. That's the reason why that's a 40%, because that 40% is for your energy, for your efforts, for your consistency, for your perseverance, for you not giving up.
Super.
Okay. So back to
hope
that this answers your question.
That was really a soul talk. Honestly, appreciate that. Now, one most important thing, okay, we need to know or throw some light about the yes movement, the yes unification. We really do not know. People have seen video, that's it. Okay, and they felt it was just about the law of attraction. Okay, that's the first impression that people had. Probably the yes manifestation is something which we believe we practice as the panacea. That is why this forum has come into place. In fact, I would really want you to share or throw light to people what this yes movement is all about, how we integrate together and unify the, Enagic as one world, one family. And what is your feeling, okay, or opinion about H2O, the Water Pub as a team for your interaction? And do you think this forum is really important and will make a difference to people across the globe?
I think every movement starts from one person, actually. So kudos to you, kudos to your whole team, to your advisor team for doing what you do. Okay, guys, for all of you out there who's not in the executive team, you need to understand that it's not easy to build a forum. It's not easy to give the commitment to do this every week or to do this a few times a month. It's not easy. Okay, it's a full commitment, it's a full dedication. Yes movement, the whole thing about yes movement is this. It's just a simple term of yes. But the meaning behind the yes is this. Yes, to me, different people have different understanding, but my understanding or my translation is this. Yes means gratitude. For what has happened to you before, or for what has happened to you now, or for what will happen to you in the future. how much do you feel you're grateful for, right? When you're grateful for, you're going to say yes to the movement. Yes is all about this. Yes is about whether you're going to give your chance, you are going to give yourself a chance. If you are, say yes. Are you going to give yourself a chance to better the life of the person next to you? If you believe that's a yes, give yourself a yes. Are you going to believe that you can make this world a little bit better than how you enter by the time that you leave? If the answer is yes, that's a part of the yes movement. Yes movement is not just restricted to energy, it's not just restricted to kangen. It's actually a belief, it's actually a compassion, it's actually a mission for us to define our life purpose. As I said, energy and kangen is not just energy and kangen. Energy and kangen is about water. And who does not need water in this world? I couldn't find anybody who do not need water, right? Who does not need better water in this world? I couldn't find that either. I couldn't find anybody who do not need better water in this world, especially it's so polluted, it's so contaminant, full of contaminants in this world because of the industry. So understand that, like, you are in control. Today you have something in your hand that's as powerful as a smartphone. It's as powerful as a smartphone, okay? It's as powerful as a smartphone. This is called a smart business. This is called a smart water machine. It's going to help us to change. Imagine this. This is kind of like, to me, this kangen water machine is kind of like the Apple of water purification. It's kind of like, obviously we know the quality is kind of like Rolls Royce of water ionizer that we know. The whole thing is that if you understand how important or how impactful a smartphone is, this is no different than that. But except that, the real fact is that except that 96% of people do not know about this in the world, do you want to be the one who share it? If today you have a chance to go back to 10 years ago, when Apple first released their stock, which is really literally less than $20, are you going to buy it? Of course you will, if you know what's happening 10 years later. Do you know that this is crazy? But do you know that Steve Jobs, who is one of my favorite speaker, who's one of my mentors, I read all his books and documentary. The crazy part is this. The crazy part is this: when Steve Jobs first have the idea of creating an Apple iPhone, his belief is that one day, this iPhone is going to replace your car key, it's going to replace your wallet, it's going to replace your computer, it's going to replace your phone, it's going to replace your calendar, it's going to replace everything. And if today your house got burned down, the only thing that you're going to take with you is the phone. Ask yourself this: what do you take with you when you go to the toilet? To be real, you took the phone, didn't you? The phone is certain toilet paper, but it's going to amuse you, it's going to help you to connect with this world. What I'm trying to say is that eventually, this is the power of the energy kangen machine. That's the thing. That's the thing you're going to take with you together with your smartphone. If in case your house got burned down, by the way, that machine, if you go to Google or YouTube, you realize that it won't get burned down. It still talks after it's been burned, okay? This is how cool it is. That's why it's a medical grading machine. But that's what's going to happen. If today you move, the two things you're going to grab, obviously you're going to ask your family to leave the house. If your house get into any trouble, you're going to take the smartphone and grab your kangen water machine. I'm sure that I'm going to do that. Okay, so that is the thing that you and I, we want to invest to our brain, because that's what we believe in. And if today you are 10 years ago, just like where Apple was, you get to invest in the stock, which is $20, and later on it's going to be going to 3-4 digit per share. Are you going to invest in it? Obviously you will. So the question is that, will you say yes now? That's a question from me to you. Sashi.
Amazing. In fact, we have very little time left. Okay, your precious time, and we want to maximize on that. Before we take on the Q&A session, we want from our team, the Panacea and the HO, the WaterPub team, for the grace, okay, and elegance with which you fortified, strengthened our belief in the yes movement. we want to acknowledge you with a small gesture. For that, I will invite our chief mentor on the panel, former ISRO scientist. Jagdishji, please take over and let's give her the memento. Over to you, and then we'll hand over to Anil for Q&A. Guys, stay back. Even post 6:30, there is going to be a translation into English. जिनको हिंदी में समझना है, they can understand the whole process that was discussed here. And so after Jagdish ji, Anil can take over the Q&A. Jagdish ji, over to you quickly. Yeah, this is for you, Christina ji. This is normally for every guest speaker, we have this small gesture, token gesture, and we have planted a grove of 10 trees. And this idea of planting trees, giving back to the environment, okay, enhancing the levels of oxygen in the universe, okay, we have taken this as a mission, and we are planting Kalpa Vriksha Grove, okay. It has got its roots in ancient wisdom, okay. When you plant this, it is the tree of abundance. It is the tree of yes manifestation, to make a priceless contribution to the world. So we have planted 10 trees in your name for having really unified this yes movement, okay, and it belongs to you, and it is a real tree, okay. This 10 trees which we have planted as a group, the location is given, it is in your name, you can access to it anytime, okay, and you can physically see the growth, all that thing we'll be sharing with you along the way, like what EP&A does, okay. We are trying to do our small bit of planting trees, okay. So we are only trying to feel and experience the real energy and give real energy back to you. Now with this, again, for the Panisha team members also, okay, we have this tree, okay. For the first time we are sharing tree, we have planted a tree of abundance, and we express our solidarity and commitment to carry forward this yes unification movement globally. And as long as our breath exists, we are there. We are committed to this cause. And this forum will need you as a mentor all the time, as a coach all the time, on the panel all the time. You can, no conditions for you. We'll discuss that later. We are already amazing in terms of your contribution to this forum. My life is dedicated to you. Okay, I can only tell you that because we have taken this seriously, the water educator. I've learned this terminology from you. I learned this career from you. Okay, so it is modeled around your philosophy and the way of living. You inspire me, not only me, from me, you inspire the entire teams over here. So really cheers to you. I think Jagdishji wants to share something. We can unmute him. Jagdishji, you can unmute yourself, and Anil, please unmute Jagdishji and quickly, and then we go to the Q&A. Yes, Jagdishji.
Yes, sir.
That was fantastic, Christina. Just a couple of sentences. We have already, short of time. So it was wonderful unification. It was soulful talk that we have experienced, and rightly so. These vibrations were felt because we are water and we are vibrations. We are energy. So fantastic. And then this particular gesture that we thought of, you can see it is on the banks of river Ganges. One of the examples we take is the source at Gangotri. See, Gangotri, we want the kangen machine is simulating what is there in the nature. One of the spots which is there in the world is Gangotri. So this tree grove that is planted is on the banks of river Ganges. And then actually if that photograph is also there, the location, the Google picture, and also the grove picture is also there, that will be sent to you, email to you. So this is a small gesture that we thought, to recognize your, the value that you have added to this forum. So we thought, we will like to have this as a memento for you. And there again, the Water Educators Forum, where we are trying with the concept of one world, one family. So in our Indian, tradition, we say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So this one world, one family is the whole vision, and that's why we have this platform, and this is going on very well. Thanks for coming and then helping this unification process, the yes movement. So thank you very much. Over to Anil.
All right, thank you so much, sir. And that was really powerful conversation between Mr. Shashidhar Iyer and Christina. It was fantastic. Thank you so much for enlightening us here. All right, without wasting much time, we will go to the Q&A section here. So, all participants, if you could put your questions, I'll read out and I'll pick the questions. Please do not ask the questions on the machines, or the water, or anything like that. The machines has not been delivered, or it is getting delayed because of current pandemic, etc. Please do not ask these questions to Christina. We need to optimize our time. So yeah, over to all you friends. If you could put the questions on the chat box, I will moderate that question for Christina. Thank you.
Thank you, and let me express my appreciation for the little gesture. You said it's a little gesture. To me, it means a lot. It's a huge encouragement. As I said, the journey, guys. Let me be naked. The journey is not easy, but the whole thing is that what gets us, what fueled us, what pushed us, or what lead us forward is energy, is encouragement, like what I just got. So I thank you, and I'm grateful for that. Okay, I'm grateful for that. Namaste. And the whole thing is that, guys, there's a reason why, as I start off in this conversation, there's a reason why we have this conversation. This is not just one way. So make it interactive, ask questions here. I can try to answer it, but a few things I won't address is that if you ask me about certain disease, Sashid and Annie know that we cannot address that, but I would point you to the resource you can research about.
Oh, I think Christina, you were spot on, and the question was actually, so the question came from one of the participants here. What are the different stages of cancer patients who have been cured? I'm not sure whether you want to take that question.
I would take that, but I will also share a YouTube video with you. It's through I think offline, like Sashim, you and I can talk about this. I think this is something that will help a lot of your audience. I'm actually the Canadian, or I should say global ambassador of American Anti-Cancer Institute. So I work day in, day out with Robert Raitt, who's the founder, who's also the author of Killing Cancer, Not People. Okay, from quote and unquote, Christina Lee didn't say this, but this is something that I've heard from him. And he actually documented in his book. He documented in his book, which I'm a publisher of. The whole thing is that he mentioned that in his own eye, he have seen, he have helped through using water as one of the major elements, together with supplements, together with other detoxification elements, together with the water. But kangen water is important. He has helped over thousands of people who are at stage 4 cancer, whom was told by the doctor is impossible to cure, is impossible to heal around the world, in particular in Asia, in particular in America. So, but understand that doesn't matter whether it's, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not always correct, okay? Doesn't matter whether the doctor told you that you're stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Those are just numbers. By the way, those are just guesswork. Let me be real, those are just guesstimate. No one can ever be accurate. Doctor won't be accurate unless they take your cancer cell out and then examine it. Most of the time when they diagnose you, they're just reading through. Am I correct? Give me a yes in the chat box if you believe, if you say that. Thank you. So the whole thing is to understand this. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. I don't care whether stage 5 or stage 6. Doesn't matter. It's an educated guess. It's based on research. It's based on previous studies. Based on this and that. But one thing that study wasn't based on is immunity. Right? It's immunity. There's a reason why. Let me use this simple logic to you. There's a reason why when you cut yourself with a scar, you are able to heal yourself when you give yourself the right elements. When you spray the 2.5, when you put the 11.5 on, your scar is going to be healed. We as a human being, if our immunity is good, we are able to heal ourselves, which is the fact, which is really the fact. So the whole idea is that how you can restore your immunity. One thing that I believe Robert Ray talked about a lot, as well as cancer prevention society talk about a lot, is that chemotherapy and radiology and radiology actually is going to deplete your immunity, which is a fact too. It's going to deplete your immunity. Okay, so the question is that doesn't matter which stage or whoever that's in. It's the important is that the question is that how can you restore yourself in the immunity? After this, I can actually share a YouTube video with Sashi, which is actually from a talk that I conducted last year with Robert Ray. He talked specifically about the protocol he used to help people, including himself. He actually healed himself up after 2 rounds of cancer. 2 rounds of cancer. Seriously, not just that. People thought that he get into that movement because his parents are both died because of cancer. That's why he started to do his research and start to conduct the research and write the book. And never that he know, 8th year after he has been in this route to promote cancer prevention, he's diagnosed with cancer. Understand that cancer didn't happen overnight. Cancer happened through accumulation of what happened in the past 10, 15, 20 years, or 25 years, or 30 years. So it's accumulation. It's about what you did before, accumulation to what you may have right now. Okay, so the whole thing is that restorative immunity is important. Water is important because we are 75% water. How can you know that our cells? Okay, one fact I haven't shared with you is the cells. We have trillions of cells. Some say 37.2 trillion, some say 72 trillions. I don't care about the number. The fact is that 90.5% of water is in each of your cells. And cell live and die. It die in every 72 hours. So if today you can restore yourself, you can strengthen your cells, guess what's going to happen to your own self when you're able to get yourself in a better cellular hydration? And he's smiling about that. That's my favorite rhyme. Okay, and you are going to get a brand new cell structure for your liver in every 500 days. That's a fact. You can research about it. Seriously, I'm not kidding. So, a lot of my talk, if you come to my demo, you will know that I talk a lot about cellular hydration. Cellular hydration. Don't just talk about hydration, guys. Cellular hydration is more important than hydration. 90.5% of your cells is water. What if you can change that in 72 hours, guys? Simple fact. So restore your immunity. Immunity is the key about cancer. So I'm going to send you a link, Sashi. We can talk about it because I can ship you a bunch of the books at cost. So therefore you can actually help the people out there. All right?
Okay, thank you so much, Christina. That was very, very powerful. 90.5%. Everybody talked about 70, 80, 70, 80. For the first time I'm hearing 90% of a cell is, water.
That's right. Annie, you know how much water is in your blood?
Really? Don't know.
90.5% as well.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yep.
Fantastic. So we are actually drinking kangen water. So really, really glad that we have this. So second question here, Christina, about Alzheimer.
Okay.
Is there any study on alkaline ionized water and Alzheimer's? Can you please
absolutely.
Is there
absolutely.
a protocol of use for each disease?
Absolutely. Go to Google Scholar. Guys, you can research this yourself. Go to Google Scholar. Go to PubMed. Research about electrolyzed reduced water and Alzheimer. Research about electrolyzed reduced water and Alzheimer. Or research about molecular hydrogen and Alzheimer. You will find tons of scientific studies about it. You'll find tons of scientific study about it. I'm talking about hundreds, not 5 or 10 or dozen, hundreds. Yes, Alzheimer will help, definitely. It's not going to stop it or cure it because nothing can cure it, but it's going to delay the development of the Alzheimer in people's brain. Mind you that Alzheimer occurs because the brain got a part of the brain is not the wiring is not right perfectly, right? Like when we were young. So therefore, when you have the water, it's going to redevelop it kind of thing. But do research about on YouTube. Do research about Dr. Corinne Allen and Kangen water. She talks about it. I did an interview with her a month and a half ago, and we talked highly about it. So research about that brain and water. Corinne Allen, CORINNEALLEN. She's amazing. Listen to what she has to say. You'll be impressed. You'll be impressed. Okay.
Thank you so much for that. So I don't see. I think there are not many questions are coming. Either
Good.
they didn't understand everything, or probably they didn't understand anything. Guys, can you give us one if you really enjoyed the session, please? Give me please one. All right, cool. So we get a lot of one here, Christina. So that is fantastic. So over to Shashi sir. If you want to kind of wrap up this amazing conversation with Christina, please.
Yeah, Christina, some inspiring words and directive for H2O the Water Pub, and your takeaway experience from this talk show. How you felt being here as a guest speaker? We all got value out of you, that's for sure. Did you get value out of us? Mutual experience.
I'm going to put a 1 in the chat box, okay? I'm going to put a 1 in the chat box. Thank you, Namaste. It's an experience. It's a very good experience. I appreciate for the invitations and as well as the whole team. I believe in order to further our mission, it's about learning and teaching and sharing, right? When I share what I've learned, I'm able to have a deeper understanding myself. I think that's very important. And I appreciate you guys for building this platform, and I appreciate you guys for giving me this chance to share what I know, because by sharing it, and I learned something too. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate the 10 trees that you're planting on this earth to make this world a better place. I appreciate that, and namaste.
Oh. God bless, and thank you for this wonderful session, Christina. We will again catch up for sure for a better,
For sure. Let me see if I can get you some interesting speaker that you would like.
Sure.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you, Christina. Very kind of you. God bless. Yes.
Thank you. Namaste. So
yes.
Thank you. So guys, thank you so much, and make sure that you say yes to yourself to better your life, to better this earth. Okay. The yes, that's what the yes is for. Right? Thank you so much. Namaste.
Yes. Thank you.
Christina.
Yeah. Over to Anil.
All right. So, जितने भी लोग यहाँ पे हैं, people around the globe, I'm sure the people who understood they were very good in English. You can really choose to depart. But before that, I'll let you know this platform, H2O the Water Pub, is Friday, is the education forum where we invite speakers across the globe, including India, where we talk about well-being, health, and Saturday, same time, 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. we talk about the Kangen machine product, what exactly it does, followed by the business plan, what exactly in it for health as well as wealth, including the top senior leaders coming there and sharing their experiences, right? So that's about the platform. So tomorrow, 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. we're gonna have, and you can share, if you can talk to your person who has introduced you here in this forum, for the link, they can share the link and you can attend the sessions tomorrow for our demo and the business plan, right? So that's about our program, where we do it every Friday and every Saturday. So now, Shashi, so can we go to the translation?
Yes.
I do my best.
Yes, please.
I do my best to do the translation. I could see still there are 100+ people out there. So you can choose to be here, but if you understood everything, thank you so much for joining in, right? तो अब आप मुझसे सुनेंगे हिंदी, और मैं ट्राई करूंगा, ऑफ कोर्स क्रिस्टीना ने तो बहुत सारी चीजें दी हुई हैं, बट मैं समराइज करने की कोशिश करूंगा जितना मुझे समझ में आया. शशि सर, आप बीच में पिच कर सकते हैं. इवन जगदीश सर, दैट वाज फैंटास्टिक. आपने जो ट्री गिफ्ट किया है ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ द टीम, really honored and grateful to you.
Even Hemant is there.
Hemant, oh, you're there. Thank you so much, Hemant. You are really set the context and set that benchmark for all of us, H2O the Water Pub, for taking this, the platform to the next level. Last week it was you, this week Christina, and we're going to get more global leaders, ladies and gentlemen, and you will really enjoy the session. And this is open for all. There is no cross line, up line, down line. It's for everyone. This is a seva and the contribution from our side. तो चलिए अब सुनते हैं कि क्रिस्टीना ने, मैंने यहाँ पे बुक में सब लिख के रखा है पॉइंट्स, जितना मुझे समझ में आया मैं आप लोगों के साथ शेयर करना चाहूंगा। तो सबसे पहले क्रिस्टीना ने जो बताया, मैं आपको बता दूं, क्रिस्टीना एक वाटर सोमेलियर है। वाटर सोमेलियर का मतलब है ये वो लोग हैं जो ये जर्मनी में उन्होंने सर्टिफिकेशन लिया इसका, जहां पे 200 से ज्यादा पानी वो लोग ने उसके ऊपर रिसर्च किया हुआ है। वो टेस्ट से पता कर सकते हैं कि एग्जैक्टली ये पानी अच्छा है या बुरा है। दैट्स व्हाट द लेवल, वो लेवल का ये जो सोमेलियर जो वर्ड है, ये वर्ड वहां से आया है। तो जर्मनी में उन्होंने जाके ये सर्टिफिकेशन लिया। बट वो कैंगन में आने से पहला जो उनका स्टोरी था 2013 में, जब वो आई थिंक 34 या 35 के थे, जब ये मशीन के बारे में उन्होंने सुना, ये पानी के बारे में, तो उनको लगा कि उनका हेल्थ तो बहुत, वो फिट है, फाइन है, उनको कुछ नहीं होगा, वो यंग है 34 में। ऑब्वियसली हमें लगता है कि हम बिल्कुल कोई प्रॉब्लम हमें है नहीं। सो 2013 में उनकी जो मम्मी है उनके लिए उन्होंने ये मशीन लिया, बिकॉज वो कुछ लाइफस्टाइल डिजीज था उन्हें, तो जिसकी वजह से उन्होंने लिया ये पानी। और उन्हें पानी में बिल्कुल भरोसा नहीं था कि पानी तो मैं बचपन से पी रही हूँ, तो पानी से क्या हो सकता है मेरा पानी पानी तो पानी है, जैसा हम सभी कहते हैं। तो 2013 में जब उनके मम्मी को जो डिजीज हुआ, और जिसके बाद इस पानी ने जिस तरह से काम किया, और उसी अगले साल 2014 में उनको इस तरह से एक डिजीज आया कि क्रिस्टीना ली खुद बेड रिडन हो गए। और उस बेड में ही उन्होंने अपना सारा जो भी नंबर 1 नंबर 2 सब कुछ वो बेड में ही करने लगे। तो 34 और 35 की उम्र में कोई किसी को अगर ऐसा हो सकता है, तो कंप्लीटली वो शैटर्ड हो गए, कंप्लीटली ब्रोक हो गए कि ये क्या हुआ मुझे 35 के एज में, क्या मैं पूरी जिंदगी इस तरह से बेड में ही रहूंगी। तो तब उन्होंने जो ये पानी मम्मी के लिए लिया था, उस मशीन को कभी उन्होंने देखा भी नहीं कि उनको कुछ जरूरत भी पड़ेगा, क्योंकि वो फिट है। राइट, हमें भी बहुत सारे लोगों को लगता होगा कि हम सब फिट है, मुझे भी लगता था, मैं भी फिट हूँ। और यहाँ पे जिस इंसान को आप देख रहे हैं, मिस्टर शशिधर अय्यर, वो तो कोमा में जाके वापस आए हैं 2016। मैं खुद उनके वाइफ के साथ था उनको एडमिट करने के लिए मुंबई जैन हॉस्पिटल में। वो 5 दिन उन्हें पता ही नहीं वो कहाँ गए। ये उनका दूसरा जन्म है, एंड थैंक्स टू कैंगन वाटर। तो जैसा क्रिस्टीना का स्टोरी है जो स्क्रीन में आप जिनको देख रहे हैं, मिस्टर शशिधर अय्यर, उनका भी कुछ ऐसे ही स्टोरी है, वो कभी नेक्स्ट वो बताएंगे। तो वो ये जो इंसान यहाँ पे जो भी लोग हैं, वो कोई सेल्स या मार्केटिंग वाले नहीं है कि हमें कैंगन को प्रमोट करना है या मशीन बेचना है। हम खुद अपने टेस्टिमोनी और एक्सपीरियंस है। तो उसी तरह क्रिस्टीना ली का भी जो अनुभव था, तो जब ये पानी उन्हें रिजल्ट दिया, तब उन्होंने पानी को बहुत सीरियसली लिया और फिर उन्होंने रिसर्च करना शुरू कर दिया। रिसर्च करते करते वो वाटर सोमेलियर के, और उसके बाद जब उन्होंने इलेक्ट्रोलाइज रेड्यूस वाटर ERW के ऊपर रिसर्च किया, सिर्फ कैंगन नहीं, उन्होंने देखा कि ये इलेक्ट्रोलाइज रेड्यूस्ड वाटर जो है ये काम करता है। और तब उन्होंने डॉक्टर रॉबर्ट राइट का किलिंग कैंसर नॉट पीपल ये बुक उन्होंने पढ़ा, और उस बुक में ERW, ये इलेक्ट्रोलाइज जो रेड्यूस्ड वाटर है, उस बुक में कैंगन का जिक्र किया हुआ है डॉक्टर रॉबर्ट राइट ने खुद। तब वो बुक में उन्हें कैंगन के बारे में पता चला, और उसके बाद उन्हें पता चला कि ये एनर्जी कंपनी है, कैंगन है, इसका ट्रेनिंग होता है। जब वो ट्रेनिंग उन्हें आया तो उन्हें लगा कि ट्रेनिंग में क्या दिखाएंगे, डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन दिखाएंगे, पानी क्या होता है वो दिखाएंगे, वगैरह वगैरह, उतना ही दिखाएंगे। लेकिन वो जब गए, वो 7 दिन का उनका ट्रेनिंग, उन्हें पता चला कि एनर्जिक ने पानी के बारे में वो ट्रेनिंग में बात ही नहीं किया। उन्होंने बात किया सिर्फ माइंड सेट के बारे में। उस माइंड सेट उनका वहां पे चेंज हुआ, और उसके बाद उनका जो वाटर के ऊपर जो उनको रिजल्ट आया, उनके बाद जो जो उन्होंने रिसर्च किया, धीरे धीरे करते करते उनका कैंगन के ऊपर विश्वास बढ़ने लगा। और धीरे धीरे वो समझ में आया उनको कि पानी कितने मात्रा में हर एक सेल में कितना है। आपने देखा होगा, उन्होंने कहा हर एक सेल जो है, हमारा जो बॉडी बना है, सेल से टिश्यू, टिश्यू से ऑर्गन, अगर हमारा सेल ही फाउंडेशन ही बिगड़ गया है तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं। तो उन्होंने अभी अभी बताया, आपने सुना होगा, 90% पानी है सेल। अगर वो, और कहते हैं हर 72 व्हाट इज ERW स्टैंड्स फॉर इलेक्ट्रोलाइज्ड रेड्यूस्ड वाटर। आप वापस लिख सकते हैं इलेक्ट्रोलाइज्ड रेड्यूस्ड वाटर, इसका मतलब है ERW। तो आपने देखा, उन्होंने कहा हर 72 घंटे में, एवरी 72 आवर्स में हमारा सेल मर जाता है अगर हम उसे हाइड्रेट नहीं रखेंगे, क्योंकि 90% पानी है। तो अब 90% पानी है तो हमें ऐसा पानी चाहिए जिसके अंदर एंटीऑक्सीडेशन है, जिसके अंदर अल्कलिनिटी है, जिसके अंदर माइक्रो क्लस्टरिंग है, जो हमें हाइड्रेट रखेगा। तो अगर वो डिहाइड्रेशन हो गया तो 72 घंटे में हमारा सेल मर जाएगा। तो आप सोचिए, जो हम पानी पी रहे हैं जिसके अंदर कोई मिनरल नहीं है, जिसके अंदर कोई एंटीऑक्सीडेशन नहीं है, जिसके अंदर कोई अल्कली नहीं है, और वो हर 72 घंटे में हमारे सेल को डैमेज करता जा रहा है, जिसकी वजह से आज जो हम लाइफस्टाइल डिजीज देख रहे हैं, आज जो बंदा 30 का है, 40 का दिख रहा है, 40 का है, 45 का, 50 का दिख रहा है, क्योंकि हमारा सेल मर रहा है और हम एजिंग मच फास्ट हो रहे हैं, जहां पे हमें एंटी ऑक्सीडेशन की जरूरत है। ये हमें क्रिस्टीना ली ने कहा, अगर आपने उनको ध्यान से सुना होगा, राइट। ज्यादातर उन्होंने कैंगन कैंगन करके नहीं कहा, उन्होंने एक ही कहा कि हमें इलेक्ट्रोलाइज रेड्यूस्ड वाटर पीना बहुत ही जरूरी है, और वो हमारे कैंगन पानी के अंदर है। ये उन्होंने हमें क्लियरली बताया, राइट। अब उन्होंने दूसरा चीज एक इंपॉर्टेंट कहा कि हमारा ब्रेन 80-85% पानी है। 80 से 85% हमारा जो ब्रेन है वो पानी है। अगर और ये पानी अगर हमारा डिहाइड्रेट हुआ ब्रेन, तो हमें स्ट्रोक हो सकता है। और आपके सामने है जिन्हें 2% डिहाइड्रेशन हुआ और वो कोमा में चले गए, शशिधर अय्यर सर, जिनसे हमें काफी नॉलेज मिलता है हर दिन, क्योंकि वो कैंगन सुपर स्पेशलिस्ट भी है यहाँ पे। मैं इसलिए जिक्र कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि वो हमारे सामने जिंदा है, वो कैंगन के वजह से है, कसम से, क्योंकि मैंने खुद देखा है। ये कोई मार्केटिंग गिमिक है नहीं। शशि सर, अगर आप अपना ब्रेन थोड़ा दिखा सकते हैं पीछे तो वो कट देख सकते हैं वो लोग, आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं उनका ब्रेन जो है कटा हुआ है, आप देख रहे हैं। ये तो बहुत ही हील हुआ है, लेकिन अगर आप 2016 में देखते तो आप डर जाते हैं। तो ये था डिहाइड्रेशन, राइट। थैंक यू सो मच शशि सर, थैंक यू सो मच। तो ये हमारे लिविंग टेस्टिमोनी है, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन। सो ये था ब्रेन का पार्ट। तो उसी तरह हर एक बॉडी का अलग अलग पार्ट जो है वो पानी है, राइट। सो ये उन्होंने हमें ये पॉइंट यहाँ पे बताया। शशि सर, आप प्लीज ऐड कर सकते हैं अगर मैंने कोई इंपॉर्टेंट चीज यहाँ पे अगर जब तक मुझे 100 लोग वहां पे दिख रहे हैं, मतलब वो लोग सुन रहे हैं। अगर आप रियल में मुझे सुन रहे हैं तो प्लीज गिव मी टू
Love to listen to you.
Please give me two on the chat. All right, great. Super. All right, so उन्होंने ये कहा हमारे साथ, और उसके बाद उन्होंने बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज कहा, हेल्थ के बाद वेल्थ। जो क्वेश्चन शशि सर ने वहां पे पूछा, उसके बारे में मैं ज्यादा नहीं कहूंगा, क्योंकि एक अच्छी चीज अगर आप शेयर करते तो वेल्थ ऑटोमेटिकली हमें वो बन जाएगा, राइट। और बहुत ही उम्दा सवाल पूछा शशि सर ने कि मेरे पास तो मेरा टेस्टिमोनी है कि मैं कोमा में गया तो मैं बता सकता हूँ। क्रिस्टीना बोल सकती है मैं तो बेड में थी, बता सकती हूँ। लेकिन कोई जो नया डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर है जो पानी पीता है या पानी अभी चालू किया है, वो जब लोगों के पास जाता है तो उसका दिक्कत ये है कि उसके पास ऐसा कोई स्टोरी ही नहीं है। तो क्रिस्टीना ने बहुत अच्छा जवाब दिया, उसके पास अगर स्टोरी नहीं है तो वो फॉर्चुनेट है, वो लकी है। आपके पास ये स्टोरी होने की जरूरत नहीं है मशीन के बारे में बताने के लिए। तो उन्होंने क्लियर कहा कि प्लीज आप थैंक यू बोलिए भगवान को कि आपके पास ऐसा कोई स्टोरी नहीं है। अगर वो स्टोरी हो तो बहुत ही अनफॉर्चुनेट है, हमारी वो स्टोरी होना वो नहीं चाहिए। तो उन्होंने एक सिंपल चीज कहा, जब आप ये पानी पीते हैं तो बहुत लाइट लगता है, बहुत रिफ्रेशिंग लगता है, और अगले दिन दो आप देखेंगे तो आपका मोशन बहुत अच्छे से जाता है। बस ये 3 चीजें आपको बताने के लिए काफी है। आपको लंबे चौड़े ब्रेन कोमा और हार्ट अटैक और सीवियर डिजीज के बारे में बात करके मशीन बेचने की जरूरत नहीं है। ये बहुत ही पावरफुल क्वेश्चन था शशि सर, एंड रियली रियली एडमायर। हमारे जितने भी नए लोग हैं जो अभी अभी पानी पीना शुरू किए, तो प्लीज दोस्तों आप इंतजार मत कीजिए कोमा और इस चीज का, ये मशीन के बारे में बताने के लिए, राइट। सो दूसरा उन्होंने बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट कहा कि ये जब हम चीज शेयर करते हैं तो हमें ये देखना है कि हम कितने लोगों का लाइफ टच कर रहे हैं, राइट। कितने लोगों का हम लाइफ टच कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि जब आप अपने दोस्तों को बताएंगे तो उसकी पूरी फैमिली प्रोटेक्ट होगी। और एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट कहा, जो भी कैंगन पानी पीते हैं, अभी तक इंडिया से इनाजिक ऑफिस से ऐसा एक भी फैमिली नहीं है जहाँ पे इनाजिक कैंगन वाटर पी रहे हैं और उनको कोरोना हुआ है, राइट। ये बहुत अच्छा न्यूज है। इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हम गैर जिम्मेदार हो जाए और सैनिटाइज, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग या हम लोग फॉलो नहीं, हम फॉलो कर रहे हैं।
अनिल जी, यहाँ पे करेक्ट करना चाहूंगा आपको, इट इज नॉट जस्ट ओनली इंडिया, ग्लोबली
ग्रेट,
not a single person drinking Kenyan water is found with coronavirus of any kind.
सुपर। सो ये अपने आप में एक टेस्टिमोनी है, तो हमें इसमें वाव फील करने की भी जरूरत नहीं है। बस हमें बताना है भैया ये जमाना ऐसा ऐसा है। तो उन्होंने वहां पे स्टीव जॉब्स का एग्जाम्पल दिया। 10 साल पहले $20 था, या 20 साल पहले $20 था एप्पल का प्राइस। अगर तब हमें मालूम होता कि एप्पल ऐसा होने वाला है तो तभी हम 20 रुपए डाल देते या $20 डाल देते। आज फ्यू थाउजेंड्स हो गया है। तो उन्होंने एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट किया, ये जो मशीन है, ये नेक्स्ट 10 ईयर्स में क्या होगा वो आप देखिए। हिरोनोरी ओशिरो सान कहते हैं, हमारे सीईओ, वो कहते हैं कि दिस इनाजिक जो है हमारा नेक्स्ट बिगेस्ट किचन अप्लायंस होने वाला है। मतलब हर एक घर का किचन में इनाजिक मशीन होगा। आज मत देखिए, 10 साल के बाद ये मशीन क्या होगा। तो आज जितने भी लोग बोलते हैं 3 लाख का मशीन, 3 लाख का पानी, 3 लाख का पानी कौन लेगा हिंदुस्तान में, मैं आपको बता दूं 50,000 से मशीन ऑलरेडी जा चुका है। और पिछले अप्रैल, मई और जून में 3 महीने में ऑन एन एवरेज 2,000 मशीन इंडिया में जा चुके हैं, राइट। तो ये कोई सेल्स गिमिक नहीं है, ये मशीन और ये पानी इतना पावरफुल है जिसकी वजह से हमें ये रिजल्ट्स मिल रहे हैं। तो ये
मैंने भी यहाँ पे एक कुछ शेयर करना चाहूंगा।
जी सर।
Somebody was trying to tell they have heard about stories that people drinking Kangen water have experienced corona. उनको कोरोना हुआ है।
ओके
ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट्स टू द इंफॉर्मेशन, आपको एक ही बात शेयर करना चाहूंगा यहाँ पे। वी गॉट Kangen मशीन इन 2016, अर्ली 2016 में हम लोगों ने लिया, जनवरी में। तब तो इंडिया में ऑफिस भी नहीं था। एंड फरवरी में कंपनी लॉन्च हुआ था। एंड आई वाज सुपर फिट आल्सो। एंड बिकॉज आई वाज सुपर फिट, घर पे मशीन था, जरूरी नहीं मैं पानी पी रहा था। आई वॉज मूविंग हियर एंड दैट। आई थॉट द मशीन वॉज फॉर माई वाइफ, क्योंकि उनका डिसीजन था ओके कि हमारे घर पे चाहिए। फिर सोचा मेरे पापा को डायबिटीज है तो उनको चाहिए, मुझे कुछ नहीं है तो मुझे क्यों चाहिए, जो मिला वो ठीक है, नहीं मिला तो ठीक है। आई वॉज नॉट ड्रिंकिंग वाटर। एंड 4th month में, आई स्टिल रिमेंबर, suddenly I got bouts of vomiting, went in, slipped into coma, ventilator, major brain infection, वो सब पूरा story अलग है, I won't share that. And people declared to the world, my brain got impacted because of Kangen water. मतलब 4 months drinking Kangen water, this guy slipped into coma and was on ventilator. So Kangen water is dangerous. मतलब अच्छा खासा हेल्दी बंदा जिसका कोई मेडिकल हिस्ट्री नहीं था और जिसका दिमाग बहुत ज्यादा चल रहा था, okay, people said उसका दिमाग ही खत्म हो गया, he is a vegetable now. And believe me, I was not drinking Kangen water, I was very much on and off. तो जिनको कोरोना हुआ है ना, वो ऐसे हो सकता है। मशीन होना जरूरी नहीं है आपके घर में आप कैंगन पी रहे हो। आई कैन हॉनेस्टली आस्क अ क्वेश्चन, जस्ट टाइप इन योर चैट बॉक्स, यहाँ पे कितने लोग हैं दिन का 8 ग्लास कैंगन पानी, फ्रेश पानी मशीन से निकाल के पीते हैं? Every 1 hour you are drinking 1 glass of Kangen water, very simple, not heavy. कितने लोग पी रहे हैं? Okay, there are almost how many participants here and how many people are really drinking? अनिल जी मुझे जरा नंबर बताइए, कितने लोग हैं जो 8 ग्लास पानी पीते हैं?
फ्रेश पानी, फ्रेश पानी,
Going with the most lazy people, and I am also part of that lazy group, by the way. घर पे मशीन होने के बाद मशीन के पास बार बार जाके बटन दबाना है ना, उसके लिए भी आलस है। ओके, बट देखो कोई बोलता है 6 ग्लास, कोई आ जाएगा 4 ग्लास। एक्चुअल रियलिटी में जाऊंगा तो वो कितना ग्लास होगा मालूम है मुझे, बिकॉज रिसेंटली आई डिड 21 days ऑफ वाटर फास्टिंग। ओके, एक्सक्लूसिव 9.5 pH ओनली, मतलब 0 कैलोरी डाइट बोलते हैं ना जिसको। हाँ, ऐसे मुझे ट्राई करना था क्या होता है। तो हेल्थ के लिए जैसे ह्यूमन बीइंग शुड कंज्यूम 2 grams ऑफ एंटीऑक्सीडेंट डेली, विच इज 8 glasses ऑफ कैंगन वाटर। ओके, और एक साथ बॉटल में नहीं पीना है, वो स्टोर करके फ्रेश पानी हर 1 घंटे में 1 ग्लास काफी है। 8 ग्लास जिस दिन आप कंप्लीट करोगे, प्लीज हमारे व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में डालना, अनिल जी को मैसेज करना, टुडे आई हैड 8 glasses ऑफ वाटर। ओके, प्लीज टाइप दिस। जो लोग मेरे साथ मैनिफेस्टेशन में थे वो अलाउड नहीं है, तांबे जी सब लिख रहे हैं मैं 10 ग्लास पीता हूँ, सो नॉट एक्सेप्टेबल। बट पीपल हु हैव अ मशीन religiously tell me last how many days, how many months, how many years, 4 साल होने के बाद भी है ना, आज मैं 21 days फास्टिंग वाटर डाइट करते वक्त भी मेरे से बहुत मेहनत से रात को 10 साढ़े 10 बजे मेरा 8वां ग्लास कंप्लीट होता था। बिफोर Kangen I used to drink 5 liters daily from my childhood. Okay, now why my body absorbed that water and not Kangen water? Because that water was never quenching my thirst. That was never satisfying drinking 5 liters of water. But because this water is an antioxidant, alkaline, ionized water, आपका बॉडी लेगा ही नहीं, 8 ग्लास के ऊपर छोड़ दो. I had somebody in the group saying they suffered typhoid, okay, or malaria, something of that sort. And he said, Shashiji, I am drinking more than 7-8 liters of water. 7-8 लीटर पानी किसको चाहिए? आपका बॉडी मांग ही नहीं रहा कैंगन पानी. Who told you 7-8 liters? आपको सिर्फ टॉयलेट में फ्लश करने को टाइम फुर्सत नहीं मिलेगा. So people who tell me, okay, you all are drinking 1 liter, 2 liter, 4 liter, 5 liter, it's not possible. Okay, practically मैं बात करूंगा. अगर मुझे testify करना पड़े मैं आपके घर पे आ सकता हूँ. Okay, to monitor this, because I was on 21 days only on water. Imagine anybody here who can do 21 days only on 9.5 pH to experiment something. I've done this recently. My whole manifestation team knows about it. I'll tell you, in 4 days, I had gone flat on my tummy. All the inches gone. My wife was scared that I'll become invisible. Okay. So itna drastic for 4 दिन में I got photographs of that. Someday I will be talking on kangen water diet. So this is not the right time, but I'll share with you all the miracle of antioxidant. Then my wife got scared, my mother-in-law got scared. ये आदमी का क्या होगा मालूम नहीं, brain surgery हुआ था, दवा कुछ भी नहीं ले रहा हूँ मैं पिछले 4.5 साल से, and is living dangerously. मेरा बेटी का क्या होगा? Everybody started pushing hard. My wife started, telling आप खुद के दिमाग से कुछ कर रहे हो, कुछ हो गया तो कोविड टाइम में कहाँ पे आपको एडमिट करूं? Hospitals don't even admit. Okay, I said I'm on antioxidant. How can something go wrong with me? Then I consulted a professional medical doctor. Okay, I asked for his advice. I'm doing something like this. How good it is for my brain or how it will impact my health. So they only suggested 2 things to me to be taken care of. One is, he said, there can be sodium levels can go down if I'm only on water. Okay, because water is just a water. Whatever it might have, you need certain minerals, ions, proteins, and all those components. At least minimum 250 kcal. That is what they gave me a calculation for being healthy. He said at least add coconut water. It supplements those kinds of things. I had this discussion with Jagdishji, who's a former ISRO scientist and energy expert, our panel mentor. So I asked him also. He knows about it. So he said, Shashiti, go by your body, but add coconut water. So I just added coconut water into my program after the 11th day. But till 11 days, believe me, no acids, no gases, no chemicals, no pesticides. It was like a crash course to lose weight. Okay. And it was tremendous. The energy was high, no side effects. I did this, but someday we will share authentically on this. And that is when doctor gave me some opinion. Still, there was this second mind, working in favor of what I had decided 21 days water diet. I wanted to continue, not follow anybody. And then I consulted Christina. Okay, what better than a water sommelier? Okay, so I said I'm on a 11th day today on a water diet, and this is what I've been doing on antioxidant because I've done extensive research on all that. Me and Christina, we are on the same page when it comes to education and knowledge and the facts about molecular hydrogen and all that, antioxidants. She sent me a link. She said I've only tried.
शशि सर मैं सॉरी काट रहा हूँ, आपको हिंदी में बोलना पड़ेगा आपको.
Oh sorry. हाँ, तो मैंने क्रिस्टीना ली से एडवाइस लिया, सजेशन लिया. तो क्रिस्टीना ली ने मुझे बोला आई हैव ट्राइड ओनली फॉर 7 days एंड मैं ऑलरेडी 11वां दिन पे था. ओके, टॉकिंग टू हर फॉर एडवाइस कि मैं सही कर रहा हूँ कि गलत कर रहा हूँ. तो शी सेंट मी अ लिंक, मेडिकल लिंक, मेडिपब का लिंक. सो दे हैड टेस्टेड 1500 plus people sample who fasted from 3 days to 7 days to 21 days. Okay, उनका daily blood check होता है, all reports are done. There is a certain process, and there were also patients, cardiac patients who underwent that kind of a fasting process for 21 days. And the worst side effect or the most critical side effect after having this water, it was only muscle cramp. And only 1 patient, 3 patients got muscle cramp, and 1 patient, okay, with a cardiac problem and age not by his side, he got some slight cardiac problem. He was admitted in hospital for 2 days and he came back to normal. That's the only side effect of being on water for 21 days. But if it would have been an acidic water, a RO water, a filtered water, an aquaguard water, or a Pepsi or Aquafina, Kinley, or a dead water, you would have been exposed to all kind of serious issues. So boss, anybody wants to fast, try this out. And this is the best remedy we can give to all the communities who practice fasting for 1 month, 2 months, Rosa, Padushan, different communities and beliefs and faiths. But ask them to try, water dieting with kangen water. 9.5 pH, simple. Fresh glass of water. No side effects, zero side effects. Thank you. Over to Anil.
ओके शशि सर, थैंक यू सो मच. आपका इंग्लिश बाय डिफॉल्ट आ रहा है तो तो लेकिन आपका इंग्लिश उनको हिंदी के जैसे समझ में आ रहा है, आई थिंक, बिकॉज पार्टिसिपेंट्स रिस्पॉन्स कर रहे हैं. सो नेक्स्ट क्विक पॉइंट क्रिस्टीना ली का था. 95% ऑफ डिजीजेस आर ड्यू टू लैक ऑफ क्वालिटी वाटर. उन्होंने कहा कि 95% पानी के वजह से ही जो डिजीजेस है, 25% ऑफ द रीजन जितने भी हमारे डिजीजेस है वो पानी के वजह से, क्वालिटी वाटर नहीं है. मतलब क्वालिटी वाटर क्या है अभी आप लोग ने समझ गए. इलेक्ट्रोलाइज रेड्यूस वाटर जो है वो क्वालिटी वाटर है. वो बहुत ही एक पावरफुल पॉइंट था. और एक दूसरा चीज उन्होंने कहा कि डिहाइड्रेशन इज द नंबर 1 रीजन. जितने भी क्रॉनिक डिजीजेस है उसका डिहाइड्रेशन जो बहुत ही पावरफुल रूट कॉज है. और जहां पे कैंगन वाटर हमें वो माइक्रो क्लस्टर्ड पानी जो देता है वो हमें डिहाइड्रेशन होने देता ही नहीं है, क्योंकि ये पानी 60 सेकेंड में हमारे ब्रेन में पहुंचता है और 10 से 12 मिनट के अंदर ये हमारे बॉडी के अंदर पहुंचता है, हर सेल और सब सेलुलर लेवल पे. बिकॉज हमारे अंदर जो तीसरा कंपोनेंट है कैंगन पानी का, जो माइक्रो क्लस्टरिंग कंपोनेंट है, जिसकी वजह से हमें पेट फुगा फुगा नहीं लगता है. तो ये उन्होंने एक बहुत ही जबरदस्त पॉइंट हमें बताया. राइट. उसके बाद उन्होंने टच किया यस यूनिफिकेशन के लिए. यस यूनिफिकेशन का मतलब ये नहीं कि हम लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन यूज कर रहे हैं. यस यूनिफिकेशन का मतलब है कि हम कितने लोग हम आज पानी पी रहे हैं और कितने ग्रेटफुल हैं हम लोग, जो भी हमारे पास है, हमारा फैमिली है, हमारे पास भगवान ने हमें जो भी दिया है उसके लिए हम कितने ग्रेटफुल हैं. और ये ग्रैटिट्यूड कितना है, और इस ग्रेटफुल किसी ने हमें बताया तो हम इस ग्रेटनेस को हम कितने लोगों के साथ शेयर कर सकते हैं. उसके लिए आपका यस है या नो है, वो है हमारा यस यूनिफिकेशन. बहुत ही उम्दा पॉइंट उन्होंने कहा वहां पे. राइट. और एक चीज इम्यूनिटी, उन्होंने कहा इम्यूनिटी इज द की. जब हमारा हाथ में कुछ खरोश आता है या स्क्रैचेस आते हैं तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली किसी का 5 दिन में हील होता है, किसी का 5 महीने में हील होता है. वो सिर्फ यही बताता है कि उस बंदे का इम्यूनिटी कितना है. जरा से बारिश हुआ, जुकाम हो गया, और कोई ये बारिश में कितना भी भीग जाते हैं उनको कुछ नहीं होता है. तो फर्क सिर्फ उन दोनों का है, इम्यूनिटी. और ये जो पानी है ये इम्यूनिटी को बूस्ट करता है. ये उन्होंने बहुत ही पावरफुल कहा. और उन्होंने हमें कहा एक ये सिर्फ हाइड्रेशन की बात नहीं है, उन्होंने कहा हमें सेल्यूलर हाइड्रेशन के ऊपर ध्यान देना जरूरी है. सिर्फ हाइड्रेशन के ऊपर ध्यान मत दीजिए, सेल्यूलर हाइड्रेशन जो है उसके ऊपर उन्होंने कहा. और उसके ऊपर काफी बुक्स भी उन्होंने बताए. पबमेड में जाके उन्होंने कहा कि डॉक्टर एलन कोरेन का जो बुक है वो पढ़ने को वो कह रहे हैं. तो डॉक्टर एलन कोरेन आप गूगल में उसे डाल देंगे. सर आप लोग, अरुंधति मैम, आप टाइप कर सकते हैं डॉक्टर एलन फॉर द पार्टिसिपेंट्स. सो ओवरऑल ये एक समरी था. होप आपको ये टॉक शो पसंद आया होगा और इसमें काफी लर्निंग हुआ रहेगा. मैं आपको बता दूं कल हमारा कैंगन डेमो और ग्लोबल शेयरिंग प्रोग्राम है, जहाँ पे आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को इनवाइट कर सकते हैं. ना हम कोई अपलाइन है, ना डाउन लाइन है, ना क्रॉस लाइन है, ना कोई कोचिंग है. यहाँ पे ये सिस्टम जो है ये हमारा यस मूवमेंट है, जहाँ पे हम ग्रैटिट्यूड दे रहे हैं हिरोनोरी योशिरो सान सर को. इस पानी के बारे में जागरूकता ला रहे हैं. ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को हमें ये बताना है, उसके लिए हमारा ये मूवमेंट है. यस यस यस. So with that note, Shashi sir, over to you to conclude the program, and we can take it from there. Thank you. Sir, आप म्यूट में हैं.
Yeah. Thank you Anil ji. As brilliant, as awesome. आप हमेशा ही ऐसा कुछ कर जाते हो जो पूरे वर्ल्ड के लिए it is contribution, significant contribution. You are our pride. H2O द वाटर पब के लिए आप शान हो हमारी. इनफैक्ट जो भी कंट्रीब्यूशन आप कर रहे हैं, आई एम श्योर विदाउट यू, बोलते हैं ना, वो मॉलिक्यूलर स्ट्रक्चर कंप्लीट नहीं होता. मतलब हमारा हर एक पिलर जो है ना, चाहे जगदीश जी हो, चाहे कविता जी हो, चाहे अरुंधति जी हो, चाहे हेमंत हो, या इवन चाहे मनीषा जी हो, दे आर ऑल विजडम माइंड्स गाइस. मैं इतना ही बोलूंगा, बी हियर एवरी फ्राइडे, गेट एजुकेटेड, गेट एम्पावर्ड, अपना लाइफ और करियर बनाइए. हमें आपसे कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए, बस ब्लेसिंग्स करना है तो कर दीजिए, नहीं करेंगे तो भी देयर इज नो कंपल्शन. वी आर हियर विद आवर वर्क बिकॉज जो तकलीफें हमने फेस की, the main factor was there was no education. It was all trial and error. So there was no system, okay, no training, no education. अपना अपना पानी पियो, अपना अपना मशीन खरीदो, अपना अपना डेमो दो, अपना अपना क्लोजिंग दो. उसमें 95% लोग तो खत्म हो गए. वैसे भी मशीन रख के भी उनको पता नहीं है कि ये मशीन क्या है.
सॉरी मैं काट रहा हूँ आपको. अमृता खन्ना खन्ना वो कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहती
हम
है.
वो पूछ सकते हैं.
So, आप पूछ सकते हैं. मैं आपको अनम्यूट कर देता हूँ.
या
ओके अमृता, आप
Now I'm audible.
या वेरी मच ऑडिबल.
Good evening, everybody. It's a very nice session. मैं थोड़ा फास्टर अपना एक क्वेश्चन पुट अप करना चाह रही हूँ क्योंकि मैं खुद आइडेंटिफाई नहीं कर पाई. मैं मिस्टर संतोष तिवारी के साथ उनके डाउनलाइन टीम पे हूँ. 10 मंथ्स हुए हैं मुझे कैनगन को. मुझे गॉलब्लैडर स्टोन का पेशेंट हूँ मैं काफी समय से. खैर वो एक लंबा स्टोरी आई डिस्कस. अभी जो रिसेंटली मैं 10 डेज हॉस्पिटलाइज होकर के आई हूँ जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ एक्यूट मुझे इन्फेक्शन हो गया था. मेरा ईआरसीपी होके बाइल डक्ट से स्टोन रिमूव करके एक स्टंट डाला था 10 सेंटीमीटर 10 इंचेस का. तो सीवियर इन्फेक्शन होने की वजह से, क्योंकि वो मुझे उसको निकलवा लेना चाहिए था वापस, वो 1 ईयर से ऊपर हो गया था, इस वजह से इन्फेक्शन हुआ. मैंने देखा मेरे इलेक्ट्रोलाइट काउंट बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ा हुआ था. जो अभी बात हुई कि इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स कम करने के लिए, वो इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स काउंट मेरा बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ा था, जिसकी वजह से सबसे बड़ा रीजन क्या होता है कि हमारा ऑक्सीजन मॉलिक्यूल सॉरी हमारा आरबीसी का मॉलिक्यूलर साइज बड़ा हो जाने से वो ऑक्सीजन कैरी नहीं कर पाता और सारे न्यूट्रिएंट्स भी कैरी नहीं कर पाता. ये जो मैंने वहाँ पे स्टडी किया, लेकिन फिर भी मैं ये नहीं आइडेंटिफाई कर पाई कि आखिर ये इतना प्रॉब्लम मुझे क्यों हुआ. हालांकि आई अंडरस्टैंड मैं 10 मंथ से कैनगन वाटर की वजह से मैंने एक भी जिसको स्टोन पेशेंट हो, वो भी लिवर गॉलब्लैडर का, वो मेडिसिन के बिना नहीं रह सकता. उसको पेंटाप्रोजोल तो डेफिनेट सी बातें चाहिए. तो एक मेडिसिन के बिना भी मैंने सरवाइव किया ये कैनगन वाटर के चलते. बट मेरा फिर भी एक मन में सवाल रहा कि आखिर ये इतना एक्यूट इंफेक्शन जो इन्फेक्शन हुआ वो स्टंट पड़ा होने से हुआ या कोई और रीजन, या कुछ ऐसा हुआ कि पिछले कुछ दिनों में गर्मी ज्यादा होने से इंस्टेंट वाटर की बजाय मैंने स्टोर वाटर रेफ्रिजरेट करके पिया और ये वाटर इनटेक कम होने की वजह से ऐसा हुआ.
ओके.
बिकॉज डॉक्टर्स इसका आंसर नहीं देते ना, वो उतना एक पेशेंट को पेशेंट की तरह ट्रीट करते हैं.
या अमृता जी, सॉरी टू कट यू. आज तक मेरा ब्रेन क्यों निकाला मुझे नहीं मालूम, उसका साइंटिफिक जवाब नहीं मिला. मैंने करीब 12.5 लाख खर्चा किया. ओके. और मेरा मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस नहीं था बिकॉज आई वाज हेल्दी. दिमाग बहुत चलाया कि मैं बीमार गिरूंगा नहीं तो मुझे क्यों चाहिए. तो एक साथ है ना, मेरा दिमाग तो निकाला उन्होंने, साथ में पैसा भी मस्त निकाला और मेडिकल रिपोर्ट सेज नथिंग. नाउ इमेजिन व्हाट माय प्लाइट वुड हैव बीन. 12-12.5 लाख. हम कैंगन के लिए इतना सवाल करते हैं, ये क्या करेगा क्या नहीं करेगा. भाई मरते दम तक पानी पियोगे, मरने के बाद भी लोग पहला पानी पिलाते हैं आपको. सो द पॉइंट हियर इज वी आस्क सो मेनी क्वेश्चंस व्हेन इट कम्स टू वाटर. आपने क्यों नहीं गॉल ब्लैडर के बारे में अपने डॉक्टर को लेफ्ट राइट लिया, क्यों नहीं सवाल पूछा उसको, जवाब लिए बगैर क्यों आए हॉस्पिटल के बाहर. ओके, वी डोंट हैव आंसर्स.
पूछा मैंने, ही सेज कि आपने जो 6 मंथ्स में स्टंट रिमूवल था उसको आप, और वहां पे एक अब्रॉड से डॉक्टर आए थे
मैम छोड़ो.
एंड ही वाज सेइंग कि ये आपका 12 मंथ से ज्यादा रह कैसे गया, पेशेंट उससे पहले आ जाता है, आप इतने टाइम तक हॉस्पिटल कैसे नहीं आए, ये सरप्राइज थे लोग.
आपने तो नहीं रखा ना अपने हाथ से. See, the point is, so see how they tweak and twist the medical protocols. मैं इस पे FB लाइव पे हम लोग, ओके, और यहाँ पर रिकॉर्डिंग हो रहा है तो मैं बात नहीं करूंगा बिकॉज ये कैंगन वाटर फोरम है. आई एम नॉट सपोज टू टॉक मेडिकल एंड हेल्थ, बट आई टेल यू आई हैव डन एक्सटेंसिव रिसर्च ऑन जीन सीक्वेंसिंग, जीन एनालिसिस, gene editing.
I'll discuss you on a personal window what I understand.
Talk personally on this, but not on public forum. लोग है ना आता सुन के वाटर डाइट करेंगे तो भी मुझे फांसी दे देंगे वो. ओके, तो प्लीज डोंट वाटर डाइट विदाउट गाइडेंस बिकॉज मैंने बहुत लोगों को कंसल्ट किया. ओके, क्रिस्टीना ली तक मैंने पूछा तो अब समझ जाओ. द रीजन व्हाई आई आस्क्ड her, शी इज अ वाटर सोमेलियर। आपको एक बात बताना चाहूंगा यहाँ पे, सॉरी आई एम टेकिंग सम टाइम ऑफ योर्स, 1 मिनट ओनली। वाटर
okay.
सोमेलियर का जो एक्सपर्टीज होता है, ओके, अभी फूड इंडस्ट्री में जो पानी का इस्तेमाल होता है ना, कोई भी फूड बनाते हो, हाइड्रेटेड और डिहाइड्रेटेड, ड्राई फूड जो भी बनाते हैं, उसमें पानी का कॉम्बिनेशन यूज होता है, ओके। पानी जो यूज होता है वहां पे एसिडिक पानी होता है, रफली
डेफिनेटली बात है।
6.5 pH का पानी यूज होता है। वो इसके लिए होता है कि हमारे जो टेस्ट बड्स है वो एसिडिक है, यानी आपको जो टंग को अच्छा लगता है ना वो सब एसिडिक है। अल्कलाइन फीकी होती है, नोबडी ईट्स एंड ड्रिंक्स अल्कलाइन, यू हैव टू मेक एन एफर्ट। जो लोग ग्रीन टी पीते हैं, आप घर में मेहमान को पूछो ग्रीन टी लोगे क्या, बिलीव मी 99% वो दूध वाली चाय दो बोलते हैं वो लोग, ओके, वो उसमें उनका एसिड लगता है, मतलब द स्टिमुलेशन कम्स फ्रॉम एसिड। सो द फूड इंडस्ट्री हैज एग्जिस्टेड एंड सर्वाइव्ड ओनली ऑन एसिड। तो जो हमारे टंग को अच्छा लगता है, ओके, इट इज मिनिमम 6 pH, ओके, और जो सबसे ज्यादा मसाला और तीखा आपको लगता है ना वो 3 pH का होता है। तो जो लोग पाव भाजी, मिसल एक्स्ट्रा तीखा मार के खाते हैं ना, तो उनका जो जुबान है ना, इट इज एट 2.5 pH एंड 3.5 pH। मैं बोलता हूँ कैंगन पानी 2.5 pH पी लो ना, आपको जुबान का एसिड चाहिए तो the point is, when we ask so many questions about hydrochloric acid in the stomach, it getting tampered and blah blah blah, अरे उनको पता भी है चिप्स खाते हैं, कुरकुरे खाते हैं, बच्चों को देते हैं हम चिप्स और कुरकुरे। कितने लोग हैं यहाँ पे, बच्चे ने मांग लिया तो दिया, इंस्टेंट नूडल मैगी बना के काम बचाने के लिए ओट्स दे दिया। These are all 2.5 pH and 3.5 pH का फूड। Do you know what you are doing to an alkaline baby at a very young age? आप उनको एसिड बनाते हो। तो जब से पहला निवाला हम मुंह में डालते हैं ना, हम एसिड की शुरुआत करते हैं, जिसकी लत लगती है, एडिक्शन होती है, और हम 40 साल तक एसिड डाल के ना मुंह के अंदर, बिलीव मी, हमारे सिस्टम का पूरा बैंड बजाते हैं। उसके अलावा कोक पीते हैं, डाइट कोक पीते हैं, सोडा और कोला पीते हैं, लोगों को पार्टियां इंडल्जेंस करनी है, अल्कोहल चाहिए, स्पिरिट चाहिए। आज तो बोलते कैंगन पानी डाल के अल्कलाइन दारू पी रहे हैं हम लोग। They find reasons and ways, you know, people. So, but they don't want to stick to a lifestyle and discipline. अच्छा, स्ट्रेस देते हैं। Now, I can only tell you one small hint देता हूं आपको। जब भी आपका ऑर्गन टेम्पर होता है, जब ऑर्गन्स बिगड़ने लगता है, आपका ऑक्सीडेटिव स्ट्रेस बढ़ गया। सिंपल सा लॉजिक दिया आपको, ओके। ऑक्सीडेटिव स्ट्रेस बढ़ गया मतलब दैट इज 42% ऑफ द कंट्रीब्यूशन फॉर एनी ऑर्गन डैमेज एंड हेल्थ डैमेज। The second 42% damage, stress damage जिसे बोलते हैं, it comes from hydrating stress. First is oxidative, जो ऑर्गन को डैमेज करता है, लेकिन उसके पहले जो 42% डैमेज होता है ना, वो हाइड्रेटिंग स्ट्रेस से होता है, लैक ऑफ वाटर इन योर बॉडी। जब तक वो लेवल पे नहीं पहुंचते, आप ऑक्सीडेटिव स्ट्रेस में नहीं पहुंचते, मतलब प्रोलॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ डिहाइड्रेशन, ओके, जो आपको पता ही नहीं है। We can talk on any disease later, okay? That's what Christina said. Shashi, you and me will conduct a session. तो ये ऑक्सीडेटिव स्ट्रेस और हाइड्रेटिंग स्ट्रेस में प्रॉब्लम है आपका। लाइफस्टाइल स्ट्रेस बहुत कम है।
I understand.
लाइफस्टाइल स्ट्रेस,
I understand.
लाइफस्टाइल स्ट्रेस is not even 5% contributor for killing you.
All right, that's
Now I understand. Thanks a lot.
Welcome.
Got the answer. Thank you. Heads up. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
ओके, कोई दूसरा सवाल है, क्योंकि अब ऑलरेडी हम आप लोगों का पेशेंस टेस्ट कर चुके हैं।
Yes.
2
We'll
घंटे
take it
आप
next.
हमारे साथ है। सो शशि सर, एनी पॉइंट? जगदीश जी, आप कुछ पॉइंट ऐड करना चाहेंगे यहाँ पे बिफोर वी डिपार्ट एज द साइंटिस्ट? अब सॉरी, यस, कोई, हिमांशु सर, आपका कुछ क्वेश्चन है? ओके, मैं आपको अनम्यूट कर रहा हूँ। या हिमांशु सर पूछिए।
सर, मेरा क्वेश्चन नहीं है, काफ़ी एसोसिएट्स जो भी, जिनको भी हम लोग डेमो दिखाते हैं, वो लोग कंसर्न करते हैं कि आप कहते हैं कि जो सोडियम क्लोराइड, यानी कि जो हम लोग इन्हेंसर डालते हैं, और वो सिर्फ नमक का घोल है और कुछ नहीं है, ऐसा NaCl है। तो टॉप मॉडल में आप लोग कहते हैं टाटा साल्ट डाल सकते हैं, तो इस वाले में जो जूनियर मॉडल है उसमें क्यों नहीं डाल सकते? तो मुझे अभी तक रिलेवेंट ऐसा नहीं मिला, तो प्लीज़ सर सजेस्ट करिए इसके लिए।
सर, कैंगन वाटर के लिए आपको साइंटिस्ट बनने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। मैं तो पैशन, मेरा तो जान दाव पे लगा था, तो मेरी जिंदगी बचानी थी, इसके लिए मैंने रिसर्च किया। व्हाट क्रिस्टीना डिड, जान पे आई तभी रिसर्च होता है, उसके पहले कोई रिसर्च नहीं करता। ओके, वो मशीन के पीछे पड़े होता है। बट सिंपल वे में आपको बताऊंगा, जब हम ये जो एनहेंसर सॉल्यूशन डालते हैं ना, वी आर नॉट यूजिंग इट फॉर ड्रिंकिंग वाटर। 11.5 इज नॉट फॉर ड्रिंकिंग। ओके, रेगुलर
तो सर क्वेश्चन ये नहीं था सर, क्वेश्चन ये है कि टॉप मॉडल में टाटा साल्ट डाल के 2.5 11.5 निकाल लेते हैं, तो क्या जूनियर में इनहेंसर पे क्यों डाल रहे हैं?
बेसिकली द रीजन इज द सरफेस एरिया फॉर आयोनाइजेशन इज लेस। अच्छा, जब आप सुपर 501 में जाते हैं, वहां पे 2 चैम्बर बनी हुई है। ओके, 5 प्लेट्स एंड 7 प्लेट्स। ओके, नाउ इसकी वजह से एसिडिक पानी जो होता है ना बेसिकली, और अल्कलाइन पानी का जो चैम्बर होता है, तो बेसिकली उसके चैम्बर्स डिसइंटीग्रेटेड है, अलग है, तो उसकी वजह से वो पॉसिबल है। लेकिन जब हम SD 501 में या जूनियर में डालते हैं ना, वो प्लेट का जो सिस्टम है सिंगल चैम्बर है, 3 प्लेट्स और 7 प्लेट्स वॉट एवर इट इज, सिंगल चैम्बर होने की वजह से पोलैरिटी चेंज होता है। आपको क्लीनिंग का आता है, मशीन इमीडिएटली बोलता है क्लीन से, मतलब आप एसिडिक पानी से जब आप अल्कलाइन पानी या न्यूट्रल पे भी जाते हैं ना, मशीन आपको नोटिफिकेशन देता है प्लीज क्लीन इट, क्लीन वाटर छोड़ने बोलता है वो, few seconds। The reason is polarity of plates exchange हो जाता है एक ही चैम्बर में होने की वजह से।
जी जी जी, got that.
मशीन में 785 these are 2 separate chambers। या अनिल जी,
Great, great.
Thank you so much sir, thank you sir, thank you so much.
Super 501 में 12 plates है, so as rightly said, so ये point था, right? So Jagdish sir, I'm not sure whether you're there. Anyway, so you want to have any concluding word, Jagdish ji? No? कि वो म्यूट में नहीं, म्यूट में है, सॉरी folks, जगदीश
अनम्यूट बोल रहे हैं।
हाँ अनम्यूट, या कर दिया जगदीश सर।
Yeah, good. I think the wonderful session. I think people are, this extended already.
Yeah.
So only couple of points.
Any concluding
So,
word हिंदी में? कोई concluding word हिंदी में?
अच्छा ठीक है, तो हिंदी में ये है कि कल तो ठीक है, कल का डेमो और बिजनेस प्लान कल होगा, मगर ये जो आज का जो फ्राइडे का सेशन में हम ये बात करते हैं कि ये आज के दिन में भी जो बात हुई है कि ये हमारे सेल्स जो है ना, ये सेल्स, वी आर ऑल सेल्स। ओके, सो वी हैव टू वरी अबाउट द नया सेल जो बनता है हमारा। उन्होंने ये बोला 500 दिन में पूरे नए बॉडी बन जाता है, हर एक सेल रिप्लेस होता है। तो ये कैंगन वाटर से नया सेल जो बनेगा वो अच्छा सेल बनेगा, हेल्दी सेल बनेगा। तो ये एक पॉइंट जो उन्होंने बोला बहुत सही है। तो इसका मतलब ये है, आप जो भी स्टेज पे हो लाइफ में, आपका वेलनेस का स्टेज, आप यू टर्न ले सकते हो। कैंगन पानी पी के धीरे 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 यू टर्न लेके आप हेल्थ, एकदम नॉर्मल हेल्थ पे आ सकते हो। तो इसमें ये है कि हेल्थ ही हमारा नेचुरल बॉडी, हेल्थ ही हेल्थ, देयर इज नथिंग लाइक डिसीज, absence of health is disease. Okay, so we have, so kangen water helps us to be healthy. तो ये उन्होंने, okay, so
right,
okay, बस तो we will have more sessions। आगे हमारे ऐसे सेशंस होते रहेंगे। जो इसको यूनिफिकेशन का प्रोसेस है, आप यू शेयर व्हाट यू लर्न, आपका एक्सपीरियंस आपको शेयर करना है। अच्छा चीज पहले कन्विक्शन आना चाहिए, एक्सपीरियंस करिए पानी को यूज करके। जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको बड़ा कोई बीमारी रहने से ही आपको ये लेवल पे आ सकते हैं, बिल्कुल नहीं। हमारा नेचुरल स्टेट है हेल्दी रहने का, बीमारी गलत कुछ कोई कारण से हो जाता है। तो ये सभी के लिए है, ऐसा नहीं है कि मिसलीड नहीं होना चाहिए कि आपको कोई सीरियस प्रॉब्लम हो तो ही हम ये सब डिस्कशन रिलेवेंट है। दिस इज फॉर सभी लोग जो हेल्दी है, हेल्दी लोगों के लिए भी, हेल्दी रहने के लिए बहुत जरूरी है। ठीक है, यही था। और बहुत सारे चीज बात कर सकते हैं मगर टाइम हो चुका है। और यहाँ पर आपको थैंक्स फॉर स्टेइंग, इतना पेशेंस से आप रुके हैं। ये प्लेटफॉर्म शेयरिंग के लिए है, सबके लिए है, सबको जोड़ने के लिए है। तो सबको यूनिवर्सल ये है, हम सब मिलके आगे बढ़ने के लिए है। तो ये वन वर्ल्ड वन फैमिली का ये मूवमेंट है। ओके, इतना ही बोलना था मुझे। टाइम हो चुका है, तो सी यू, थैंक यू फॉर बीइंग देयर फॉर सो लॉन्ग। ओवर टू यू अनिल।
Yeah, thank you so much, Jagdish sir. Thank you so much, Shashi sir, Arundhati ma'am, Kavita ma'am, and the entire Panesia team. And thank you so much, lovely audience आप लोग थे। तो मैं आपको दोबारा रिमाइंड करना चाहूंगा, कल शनिवार है 5 से 6:30 हमारा डेमो होगा, बिजनेस प्लान होगा। आप अपने लोगों को इनवाइट कर सकते हैं। और अगले फ्राइडे से आप देखिए बहुत सारे एमिनेंट पर्सनालिटीज हमारे एस्ट्रो द वाटर पब पैनल में आने वाले हैं, और बहुत ही उम्दे लोग लाइक क्रिस्टीना ली जैसे चैंपियंस हमारे फ्राइडे सेशंस में आने वाले हैं। तो मैं चाहूंगा कि आप अपने ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को या अपने फैमिली इनवाइट कीजिए, ताकि उनको पता चले हेल्थ क्या है, ना सिर्फ कैंगिन, ना सिर्फ इनाजिक, वेलबींग के बारे में हम बात करेंगे। विद दैट नोट, थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन फ्रॉम द पैनल ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ H2 द वाटर पब द Panesia. This is Anil Shetty with the team saying thank you so much, and you have a great evening today. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you.
God bless. Stay blessed.